look at us here today. We see so many flags representing so many nations. We know we are not alone, and we thank you for being with us. For all people around the world who stand today in unity with the Iranian people, this is not just because it's good for us, and you do it out of compassion and care for our rights to liberty and justice and equality and human rights. But understand that it is in your best interest too, to have, unlike this regime that has been propagating terror and radicalism, we the people of Iran are peacemakers and not warmongers. We like to be friends, especially with the free worlds. We'd like to be able to have the best neighborly relationship with the people of our area in the region, with the Arab countries, with Israel, and all our other neighbors. We are fighting for justice, we're fighting for human rights, we are fighting for liberty, we're fighting to put an end to all sorts of discrimination. Because as an Iranian, I stand here to tell you that I've dedicated 47 years of my life because I think that my country deserves far better than what we have right now. To now understand that their best remedy is to support the people of Iran, because ultimately a free Iran will be your best partner, not just to bring stability and peace, but it will be in your best economic interest and opportunities. Together we can prosper again, and the world will be so different once the Iranian people are free. I am here to guarantee a transition to secular democratic future. I am committed to be that leader of transition for you, so we can one day have the final opportunity to decide the fate of our country through a democratic, transparent process, through the ballot box and free elections. And let's make sure that this time, especially the free nations of this world and their governments, stand on the right side of history.
All right, okay, I'll play this one and then we'll begin.
Ayatollah
It's a short one.
Khamenei is dead. This wretched and vile man, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead.
Well, Durud, patriots. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to day 104 of Iran Revolution Live with your wonderful and amazing host, Mr. Armin Navabi.
And your wonderful and amazing host, Goldie Kamari.
Thank you so much. Armin, how are you doing today?
Really, Goldie, it's working. It's working. Vahidi is turning against Ghalibaf. Now it's not just the Ghalibaf versus the reformers. It's IRGC versus Ghalibaf. Everything is falling apart. Trump's grenade is working. Oh my God. It's working. And like the ceasefire is not holding. So soon we might get back to booming people again. But this time with more division. This was a genius move. This was a genius move. It's working. Everything we predicted is coming true. It's so good. I'm so happy. Anyways.
You know something, I posted this, and the more that I think about it, nothing is adding up about the ceasefire. Nothing is adding up about the negotiations. I mean, now we're being told the negotiations aren't even going to begin until like some concessions are made, right? Like Ghalibaf is making some demands. And there's also, even though it's a ceasefire, there's still been continued explosions and continued boom booms. So this is the strangest ceasefire, the strangest negotiation, and the strangest continued explosions that I've ever experienced in this situation. And like you said, we're seeing more and more fractures. So this is absolutely like President Trump is playing these people, and the regime is collapsing from the inside.
Yeah, I mean, it's working beautifully because Ghalibaf has the impossible task of being very flexible to the Americans so that they don't resume taking out the infrastructure, while also looking very anti-Americans to pro-regime people in Iran. And he doesn't like, he can't figure out how to do that. And the problem is that Vahidi and other parts of other leadership in IRGC, they don't want him to be flexible. So they're trying to send their own people as part of the negotiation, just so to make sure that Ghalibaf is not as flexible as he wants to be, which shows that they don't trust him. And more people are now swearing against Ghalibaf and considering him to be a traitor, because they're thinking that he basically gave the Americans a win right when they were winning against the Americans and Israelis. Ghalibaf is now basically stopping the war so that the Americans have a breathing room. Even if the ceasefire doesn't hold, the very fact that Ghalibaf is going to go to Pakistan to meet with J.D. Vance, that by itself is a disaster for Ghalibaf, because Ghalibaf is trying to save the Islamic Republic, but supporters of Islamic Republic are not letting him, because you told them for so many years that we're winning, and that nobody can stop us. So they're thinking that if we're winning, then why are you stopping? We should have kept hitting them. So Ghalibaf is trying to save the Islamic Republic, but the Islamic Republic is not letting him. That's what is happening. Oh my God. Can I show this? Can I show something?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at this. Look at this. This is so beautiful. Senior Iranian officials are locked in a dispute over the composition and authority of the delegation set to negotiate with United States in Islamabad, according to information received by Iran International. The IRGC commander-in-chief Ahmad Vahidi, guys, remember he was the main guy on my list. This is the reason why he is the guy in charge. It's not Ghalibaf that is in charge. It's Ahmad Vahidi who's in charge. This is why he was the number one. Like when I said, guys, Ahmad Vahidi is the main guy on my list, you guys were like, why is it not Ghalibaf? This is the reason, because he's in charge. Okay, so the IRGC commander-in-chief Ahmad Vahidi is seeking to curb the authority of Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf. They're like, no, you don't. They're like, no, you don't. And Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, so they're trying to remove their authority because they have the guns, guys. But Ghalibaf doesn't have the guns. Araghchi doesn't have the guns. Vahidi has the guns. So they don't. The Ghalibaf is not the decision maker. So Ghalibaf, the only reason why Ghalibaf is somewhat of a decision maker is because his ties with some camps of the IRGC, and also apparently they are in charge of saying what Mujtaba Khamenei is saying, which now the IRGC is trying to steal away from them. Ghalibaf somehow managed to get the state TV, state media of the Islamic Republic to come out and say Mujtaba said this, Mujtaba said that, and that's the only control he had. He doesn't have the guns, and Vahidi is like, we're going to put a stop to this. You guys are giving too much to the Americans, right? So Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf and Foreign Minister, so they try to curb the authority of Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf and Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi in the talks. Vahidi has also pushed for the inclusion of Mohammad Bagher Zolqadr. Guys, look at this. This is the guy here. This guy. the replacement of Larijani as the head of the Supreme Security Council. So this Zolgar guy, this is complete IRGC. So like, by the way, guys, this guy has no idea how to do politics. Like he has, like honestly, Arakchi and Ghalibaf, they know how to do politics. Zolgar doesn't know how to do politics, but Vahidi is now insisting that you take Zolgar because he thinks that Ghalibaf and Arakchi are going to basically be too flexible to the Americans, which is not in the interest of IRGC. Because guys, if they bend the knee, Ghalibaf is trying to save himself. But if they bend the knee to President Trump, that will be the end of the IRGC. Let me know if you want me to explain later why that would be the end of the IRGC. So they're like, take Zolgad with you. You guys are being too flexible with the Americans, right? So he said they're pushing for the inclusion of Mohammad Bagher Zolgad, Secretary of the Supreme National Security Council, in the negotiating team, a move opposed by current members who considering him lacking experience for strategic negotiations. So Ghalibaf and Arakchi are like, no, don't bring Zolgad. And Vahidi is like, take Zolgad with you. And I don't know what's the latest update. Is Zolgad going or not going? So we have to see. And saying at the same time, Vahidi and the IRGC Aerospace Force Commander have stressed that the delegation must avoid any negotiations over Iran's missile program. That is crazy. This is, guys, it's all falling apart. Guys, it's actually so good that we had this so-called ceasefire that never was, because before, it's more important to defeat the Islamic Republic with their own internal politics than defeating them militarily. And President Trump somehow managed to defeat them with their own internal politics. And that would do so much, guys. Even if you destroy the Islamic Republic militarily 99%, that 1% would be good enough for them to keep staying power. You have to defeat them internally within the politics of Iran to be able to topple the Islamic Republic. And this so-called ceasefire managed to do that. Here's this. Islamic Republic supporters rallied against the ceasefire near Iran's foreign ministry in Tehran on Wednesday after it was announced. A video on social media shows one person is heard saying, "People are having heart attacks. Shame on you, Arakchi." Listen to this. This is so cool. You say, "Oh, you West loving people, you Western loving people, curse be upon your fathers and mothers." Oh, let me actually, there's a translation. Let me just read that. The translation is wrong. It's not all Westerners. It's Garb Gara. So basically, people who love the West or like appeal to. Curse be upon your mother and father. Mr. Arakchi, may dust be upon your head. Look at people. People are having a stroke in the streets. In front of the foreign ministry. I swear to Quran. I swear to Quran that they're having a stroke. Having a stroke over the negotiations. Like they're shouting and say, "Curse be upon your father. Curse be upon all your people. Curse be upon your entire existence." I mean, I would be frustrated too if I thought I was about to win against the Americans and Israelis, and all of a sudden Arakchi and Ghalibaf came and stopped it. I would be angry too if I was in that level of delusion.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Armin, it's going to be a very, very interesting weekend, and I wish that I could stick around, but I actually need to leave now.
Okay.
Well, so here's the thing. Here's what's happening. As on Saturday, we're having a global rally all around the world in front of various consulates and, of course, embassies of the United States, right? Very, very similar to February 14, Global Day of Action. So Saturday, which is tomorrow, is our next Global Day of Action announced by His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince of Iran, King Reza Pahlavi. And, it's happening in pretty much every single country. And so I'm actually attending one of these in Canada. I'm not going to say which location, But because of that, I actually have to leave now because I have to catch a flight. But
Okay.
I will. I mean, I will try to, come back if I can, maybe by like phone or something. But my, I'm going to be a little bit limited today and tomorrow. But I'll definitely be back 100% on Sunday. But I'll try to check in tomorrow. How was
Okay.
my girls' night with my sister? Oh my gosh, it was amazing. We saw the Book of Mormon. It was hilarious. I saw the Book of Mormon like years and years and years ago. So it was really nice to see it again. I completely forgot most of it. So yeah, saw Book of Mormon. Navajo, thank you for the new music video project. We'll check it out later. But we do have some news. But I'm excited to check out the new music video in a little bit. So can I stream from abroad? I mean, I'll try. I'll try. It depends on like, my schedule and, my flight and all of that. I'll see if I can tune in when I get to the airport or something. But I have to go because I have to leave soon. But Armin,
After I go to my discussion group, do you want is it okay when I to do it until I go to my discussion group and then I end the stream there, or do you want me to continue?
well, I mean, if you could continue, but it's up to you how you want
Okay,
to
okay.
to do it.
All right,
I
I'll ask the
mean,
chat.
yeah, maybe put a poll in the chat or
We'll see.
something.
I'll see.
And then at the bottom, Armin, at the bottom, you can see I have the different layouts. So this is, do you see like the custom layouts there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, at the bottom, yes.
Do you see? So do you see how it's this one now?
Mm-hmm.
So this one's really good when it's just like one person solo, and then like
One
you can switch
person.
back and forth if you want. And then this is just full screen, and then that's just, oh, that's me. So there you go.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I'll try to be back. I'll try to be back, but I will be watching and I'll be monitoring the chat. So Armin, I got
Okay.
my eyes on you. And you know
Yeah.
what? This
Oh.
might be a good opportunity to bring in some other people. I know, Tal might want to come in because I know
Ooh.
Tal had some questions about the ceasefire. So this could be a good opportunity for
Oh.
you. So instead of being solo, you can bring some other people. Or,
Yes.
if you want, you could stream the discussion group. If the discussion group is related to Iran,
Yes.
you could stream the
I could
discussion
do that.
group and then, come back afterwards as well.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. I could do that. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me. Okay. You go ahead.
Do you
I'll
have do
talk
you
to
have
the chat.
Tal's contact?
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, you should get Tal to join because I know he had some questions about the ceasefire and what's going on, and I know that you're excellent at negotiating it, so that could be something to do as well. And he could give his perspective as well on that. Okay, guys,
Okay.
I gotta go, but I will be around, and I will see you guys soon. I'll try to join by phone if I can.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh wait, and let me just. There we go. Okay, guys.
Okay. I messaged Tal. Guys. All right. All right. Let's go back here. By the way, guys, if you ask me any questions, I will answer it in the chat. Okay. Let me know also if you want me to stream our discussion group today. Okay, let's go back. Guys, are you not impressed? Did I not predict this? I've been talking about this for years. I've been telling you. I mean, well, on the Persian channel mostly. I've been telling people that the key to getting the Islamic Republic to fall is the division that started when the Iranian women took off their hijab. That was the initial cracks. They couldn't handle it. They were the so-called more pragmatic ones were fighting against the so-called more durka ones. I mean, they're all hardliners, so I don't want to divide them. But some of them are more strategic. But this has been years in the making. And now, guys, now we're seeing it. At the highest levels. Guys, we have already knew that there's division behind the scene, like behind the we got so many leaked information about the infighting of these people for so many years, but now it's all in the open and at the highest levels. This is so good, guys. It's very important to understand It's very important to understand that this is the way the regime topples. And you might be asking why? Why is the boom boom not as effective as this internal divide? Because no matter how much you blow up, no matter how much you blow up, it only takes a little bit to to have control over the trade of hormones, and it also only takes a little bit to just hire some people from Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iraq to just give them some machine guns and shoot at the Iranian people and stop the protests. So even if you have 1% of your, military force remaining, the Islamic Republic will still be there. This is why I always said that the main strategy for toppling the Islamic Republic has always been more unity among the opposition and more division among the Islamic Republic. We have to turn them against each other and more. This is why I dedicated my Persian channel into supporting Princess of Pahlavi, is because I understood this dynamic, because the only way to get unity on our side is Princess of Pahlavi, and the only way to get division on their side is to find ways to demonstrate that is the Islamic rule that they have bled for, that they did the revolution for, is not actually working out, right? Because they did a revolution, they gave martyrs in the Iran-Iraq war, as they say themselves, for the sake of Islamic rule in Iran. And when Iranian women were not wearing hijab, then there's no Islamic rule within Iran. And when Netanyahu comes and kills all of your IRGC leaders, and you don't even kill a single active soldier from their part, that is not Islamic rule. When Trump comes and kills Qasem Soleimani, and you don't take somebody remotely close to Qasem Soleimani from their side, that is not Islamic rule. When they come and kill Ali Khamenei, and then instead of saying no to any negotiations with the people who killed Khamenei, now Ghalibaf is going to go to Islamabad to meet with the murderers, in their mind, the murderers of Ali Khamenei. There is no higher humiliation. This is how you make the pro-regime Iran. This is why I told you that this is also meme warfare. The humiliation of the Islamic Republic was part of this fight, has always been part of this fight, because we needed to making fun of the regime supporters and killing all of these people was not as important when it comes to a military perspective as it was when it comes to a psychological perspective. Killing all of these people, you might like, oh my God, how are they going to manage IRGC without these leaders? That is not as important as them noticing that you get to kill all of their leaders, all of their military leaders, and they can't do the same to you. It's more psychological than military. It's the humiliation. You see all of these AI videos. You saw all of those Durka Haydar AI videos. That those are more important than even missiles sometimes to them, because they need to convince the regime supporters that we're winning. If they can't convince them of that, then they will lose, because the house of cards will fall. The Islamic Republic will not be able to continue without the supporters of its supporters. This is why this is also psychological warfare. It's the battle of narratives. It's information warfare. It's not just a military and this is why Ghalibaf meeting with JD Vance is undeniable proof that they're losing to them, guys, because it's not enough for us to think that they're losing. They have to think that they're losing. If we think that they're losing and they think that they're winning, then they are winning. This is very important. Pay attention to this. If we think that they're losing and they get convinced that they're winning, then they are winning. If the Islamic Republic manages to convince them that they're winning, then they are winning, because they are winning the psychological warfare. And our challenge is to give them an undeniable proof that even the Durka shield, we need to penetrate the Durka shield. I never thought I would say that in my life. We need to penetrate the Durka shield and give them something that they cannot deny as a loss. They cannot deny it. And we have done that. We have done that. We haven't done that. President Trump did that. By them saying that we will not negotiate a ceasefire, and now getting them to negotiate a ceasefire, because this is not the news that we're putting out there. This is the news that the Islamic Republic is forced to put out there to their own supporters after telling them that after saying them they are putting out the news telling their own regime supporters that we're doing the thing that we said we are not going to do. That is an undeniable defeat, even to the Durka people, even to these religious maniacs. They have to accept that this is a loss. This is why when you blow up their navy, when you blow up their air force, they're like, we're winning, we're winning, we're winning. Like you couldn't get an admission of defeat from these people. You couldn't get an admission of defeat from these people until President Trump came out and said, I'll blow everything up unless you come and talk to me. And now that they're talking to the Americans, now we're getting finally, we're getting videos from these regime supporters upset, saying like, oh my God, what the hell? Because no matter how much you blow stuff up, they were like, this is great, keep going, we're winning. But now finally, President Trump, with this negotiation, we're getting something from the regime supporters that you couldn't get with any amount of boom booms all around Iran. You could have blown up their entire, even if you blew up all their power plants and all of their bridges, the regime supporters were like, we can live like this. It's the 95% more secular-minded Iranians who would be like, yeah, this sucks. But some of these regime supporters were like, sacrifice for the regime, sacrifice for Islam. Let's go. I will like that. That's what they would say. I mean, that's what they would pretend to say. Okay. But you know who can't tolerate that? Ghalibaf cannot tolerate that because they know, like, without this infrastructure, everything will go. We can't continue this war without this infrastructure. We need to pay for this war. How are we going to pay for this war without the infrastructure? So President Trump managed to get Ghalibaf to tap out. And they're like, okay, let's talk. And he was like, how am I going? Ghalibaf is like, how am I going to? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. So, by the way, that whole we will end the civilization. People are like, oh my God, genocide. This is a war crime. He's like, he wants to destroy all. You saw how it worked out. You guys, even we couldn't understand here what the hell is praise to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. It worked out because President Trump sounded unhinged. And that was the point. I mean, at least it worked like that way. He sounded so unhinged, and Ghalibaf, he was like, he might do it. This man might do it. I mean, he's praising Allah. I don't know what this man is on about. He might do it. We don't know what he's going to do. We need to talk to this man. But then from Ghalibaf's perspective, it's like, we need to put the pause button here. Like, this man is, I don't know what he's going to do. This might be the end of us. So I need to go talk to him just so that we could live for another 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever. But how am I going to convince regime supporters that this is okay? What am I going to tell these people? You know what you tell these people? I have Mujtaba's blessing. Mujtaba said it's okay, guys. I promise you. It's not me. It's not Mujtaba. I have Mujtaba. Guys, remember I showed you a video of one of the most famous maddas or religious vocalists of Ali Khamenei coming out saying, like, listen, people, whatever Ghalibaf does, Mujtaba Khamenei is giving him his blessing. So shut the hell up. Stop complaining. Mushtaba is giving Ghalibaf his blessing. So, guys, what this is, if you want to simplify it, here's what's happening. Okay, within the IRGC, one side has the guns, one side has the state media, and Ghalibaf and Mushtaba as a puppet, as a semi-dead puppet, right? So we have. Let's look at our bingo card. So one side, which is Vahidi and Abdullahi, this is the head of the Khatam al Anbiya. Okay, so Vahidi, Abdullahi, and where's this guy? And Zulgadr up here. Okay, and also Najat. I'll respond to the super chats soon. Okay, right after this. These people have the guns. Okay, and the other side we have. Where is he? Here. Ghalibaf, okay, and Arakshi, and the state media, IRIB, having the ears of the regime supporters, but they also have the tool of putting words in Mushtaba's mouth. But given that how having the guns is more important, the real people in charge are not. It's not Mushtaba Khamenei. It's not Ghalibaf. And it's not Arakshi. It's definitely not Arakshi. They're influential, but the main people in charge are Vahidi, Abdullahi, where is Najat? Yeah, Musavi as well. Aerospace commander. Musavi is important. Najat is somewhere around here. Where are you, Najat? As the head of Sarullah. I'm sure I'll find him. Oh, here. Hossein Najat is right here. And Zolgadr up here as the head of the Supreme Security Council. These are the main people actually in charge. And guys, look at this. Zolgadr, here's a telling. Here's something that happened that is very telling. When Ali Larijani was killed, okay, as the head of the Security Council, Supreme Security Council. Guys, the Supreme Security Council is more in charge than the three branches of the so-called three branches of the government of the Islamic Republic, okay? The Supreme Council used to be the main way Ali Khamenei enforced everything that he wanted to enforce. The parliament is a joke. Everything is a joke. It was the Supreme. So there was two. We had the IRIB was the voice of Ali Khamenei, and the Supreme Security Council was the force of Ali Khamenei. And now, without Ali Khamenei holding everything together, the state media has become its own force, and the Supreme Security Council has become its own force as well, right? And when Ali Larijani died, look at this. Instead of making Ghalibaf, look at this is very telling, very telling. Instead of making Bagher Ghalibaf as the next secretary of the Supreme Security Council, they made Zulqadr. They made Zulqadr. Muhammad Bagher Zulqadr took the place of Larijani instead. This is a vote of no confidence, in my opinion. Oh, I'm supposed to be up here, huh? Goldie said I'm supposed to be up here. This is a vote of no confidence to Ghalibaf by the people who are actually in charge. Isn't that interesting? That is very interesting. In my opinion, that's very interesting. Guys, do you prefer me up here or back down over there? Down over there? I don't know. But let's actually go here instead and look at some of the super chats. I actually prefer up here. Let me see. Ooh. Oh, guys, Tal said he will be home in 20 minutes. He's going to join the show in 20 minutes. Okay, that's fantastic. I wonder if after Tal joins, I could get him to just stay here while I go to the discussion group. I don't know or maybe I could just bring him to the discussion group. I don't know. Hey, Tal, can you just hold the fort while I just go and come back? All right, let's look at some of the super chats. Wait, I don't know. Saying I just saw a USAF C-17A Globemaster. I'll take off from Miami International Airport. Okay, thank you for the super chat. Then another super chat saying Trump and Netanyahu should charge the IRGC oil revenues to pay for our defense, just as the IRGC charged family members for the bullets for their loved ones. Yeah, you should. Yeah, I mean, you should go. I mean, if it's possible, I think the Americans, if they manage to somehow get the oil from Khark Island and all the tankers that are already out there that are put out there by the Islamic Republic to sell China, I think United States should go get all of that and use it to pay for the military cost for sure. And then we got another super chat saying, "Does Mushali has to give approval?" Well, Mushali is dead. Does Mushali have to give approval for them to go to Pakistan for the meeting? If so, are they screwed? Oh, you mean Mushtaba? Mushal. Okay. Yeah. You mean Mushtaba? Mushtaba. Yeah. Let's look at the graph here. So Mushali is dead. He dead. So you mean Mushtaba? Does Mushtaba have to? I mean, technically, right now, anybody who wants to do anything in the Islamic Republic, they have to pretend that they have Mujtaba's blessing. But the thing is that Mujtaba, we don't know if he's alive. Oh, let me actually confirm with Tal. Okay, awesome. Actually, let me tell you, we Mujtaba had a showing, and I'll show you. He actually they brought him out. I'll show you. Okay. So let me actually unstar the previous super chats so I know who I call. So yes, technically everybody is pretending that everything they're doing is with Mushtaba's blessing. Without it, if they couldn't do anything. But the thing is that they're making it up. They're making it up because Mushtaba is either dead or a vegetable at the moment. So, but but technically they're supposed to at least pretend that they have his blessing. And then we have another super chat saying, "Well said, Armin. My husband family lived in Iran for years, and the Shia fanatics persecuted them, and we never forget." You should never forget. Yes, hopefully we could get revenge from all of these people soon. Thank you for your support. And then we got another super chat saying, "Sorry, I did mean Mushtaba." Okay, yes. Well, yeah, they do need his approval, but he's nowhere to be found except a video I have. I'll show you guys, and everybody's just making up the permission. Oh, Amir just gave us 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Amir. And then we have Doug here. Doug Moore just gave us a super chat with no message. Thank you so much for that. And then we have, is Mushtaba better as a vegetable or fully dead? That's a good question. I think vegetable right now, because if he was dead, look, because right now they're in this humiliating situation where they're making stuff up about Mujtaba. If he was dead, they could just go to the next supreme leader and then have him come and give them their blessing for things that they needed permission for. But right now they're basically in this in-between zone and they have no idea how to deal with it. So and him being in a vegetable situation gives parts of the IRGC the ability to put words in his mouth. If there was a living because if he was dead, they would have to come up with a new supreme leader, and then he will be a unifying factor. I mean, not as much, but at least just a little bit. But having a vegetable state supreme leader means that parts of IRGC can claim that Mushtaba said this and that, and then the other parts of IRGC could be like, well, did he actually? Well, did he? You guys just made that up, didn't you? Right? And that is good. That is good because it's going to cause more division. So maybe a vegetable Mushtaba is more in our favor. And then we got another, and thank you for the super chat. And then we got another super chat saying, on the big regime map, why hasn't legislative and judicial branches been touched? Okay, guys, the branches of the government within the Islamic Republic don't matter. And so, for example, look at the legislative branch here. Ghalibaf is not important because he's the head of the legislative branch. Okay, the legislative branch is a joke. It has zero influence. It doesn't. It's just whatever laws it passes is basically dictated from the IRGC to them as a way to signal to the rest of the regime what they're doing. The reason why Ghalibaf is important is because he's over here as a member of the Supreme Security Council, and because of his connections to the IRGC and the Ghalibaf camp and the leverage that gives him. Okay, he was like, remember, within the Islamic Republic, titles don't tell you how important somebody is. Titles don't tell you how important somebody is. The leverage they have, So you remember, political power comes from military, economics, and people power, right? So when it comes to people power among the 5% pro-regime people, that was Ali Khamenei's, area of control. Ghalibaf, the reason why he's important is because everyone else political who used to be more important than him is dead, and also because of his ties to some parts of IRGC, which is now that is being questioned as well. So the legislative branch is unimportant. The judicial branch is also just like a for show. They kill whoever, like, it's not like anybody is being judged or anything. They first decide that they want to kill somebody for security reasons, and then they have the judicial show just to make it look like it's legitimate. I mean, we hate Ejei and he needs to die. We hate Salavati and he needs to die. But honestly, when it comes to the Islamic Republic survival, they're not as important. The only reason why they would like killing Ejei would be a morale boost for the Iranian people. So killing Ejei as the head of the judicial branch strategically in this military operation would have very little influence on the military operation, and that's probably why they haven't killed him. But it will be a huge morale boost for the Iranian people. Let me actually send a link to the stream to Tal. Guys, is this stuff educational? Like, are you guys learning? Because I hope this stuff is informative. And then let's also look at the executive branch. You say, like, why hasn't the legislative branch, judicial branch been touched? Okay, so I already answered that. But also the executive branch, you can see that you would think the president is an important position. You would think the president, but there's nobody more irrelevant than Pezeshkian at the moment. I think the IRGC, if they kill Ghalibaf, they might start increasing the influence of Pezeshkian, because then they have basically no other politicians. That's why we saw in state TV that they were praising Pezeshkian a little bit, because they were worried that if Ghalibaf is dead, we have nobody else. But right now, Pezeshkian is one of the least relevant people out there, which shows how unimportant the titles are. Like, the president of the country is one of the least important person there. So that's how you know that you can't judge the importance of people based on the title that they have, right? Yes. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, I would like, if I had to, like, my top wish list for the next people who die, even though I hate Ejei, he doesn't even make it to the top 5 at all. Even though he's the head of the judiciary. My number 1 is Vahidi. My number 2 is Ghalibaf, that I want dead. And then after that is Abdullahi and Najat. And after that, it's Radan over here. All right. I hope that answers the question. Let me see super chats. Oh wow, we're getting so many super chats. So Troll is saying, may I suggest a song to add to the stream info specifically a song called Baraye Vatan Bepish. It's great patriotic song with Pahlavi imagery. Okay, Trill, I know you have my Facebook, so send it to me on Facebook. I'll take a look. And then we got 5 memberships gifted. Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for the support. And saying, what are the thoughts of real Persians on this Pakistani peace talks? What do you guys think about this and the odds of success? Okay, guys. What do you mean with real Persians? What are your thoughts of the real Persians? Okay, forget about Persians. Okay, we don't care about the Persian identity. We care about the Persian language, and we care about the Persian culture. We don't care about the Persian identity. Okay, I'm considered a Persian. Okay, and that is not important at all. We are Iranian. Because we are Iranian, our Persian identity is irrelevant. Because if you want to focus on Persians, you know who that would exclude? Guys, do you know who that would exclude if we want to focus on Persians only instead of Iranians? That would exclude Goldie. Goldie is Lord. Goldie is Bakhtiari. Goldie is as Iranian as any other Iranian. As any other Iranian. And she's not Persian. And she loves the Persian language. She loves the Persian culture. So the things Persian that we celebrate is not the Persian identity. The things Persian that we celebrate is the Persian culture and the Persian language. It's not the Persian identity. We're Iranian. We also celebrate the Kurdish language and the Kurdish culture. Not as the official language of Iran. The official language of Iran will always be Persian, but we celebrate the Kurdish language. We celebrate the Azeri language. We celebrate the Baluchi culture and language, but we're all Iranians. We don't care about our Persian identity or our Kurdish identity or Azeri identity or our Baluchi identity. None of that is important. Or a Persian, forget about it. We're all Iranian. So remember, guys, there's 3 things: language, culture, identity. Language, culture, identity. Okay, Persian language, Persian culture, good. Persian identity, we don't need it. We don't need it. We focus on the identity that unites us all. And the identity that unites us all is Iranian. And when it comes to the Persian culture does not belong to Persians. Persian culture belongs to everybody who enjoys it, everybody who wants to celebrate it, including non-Iranians. Persian culture belongs to Kurdish Iranians, Baluchi Iranians, Azeri Iranians, in the same way that the Kurdish culture belongs to all of Iranians and anyone else who's not Iranian who enjoys it. The Persian culture belongs to the world and anybody who wants to participate in it. We share that. We all celebrate it. And all the other cultures that come out of Iran. Okay? We share our cultures with each other because we're united as Iranians. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, so let me actually change the by the way, I hope you don't get upset. Like, thank you for the support and for the question. I just want to, if I'm correcting you, it's not because I'm like, no hating. Okay, I'm just trying to inform you. Okay, I do appreciate the question. So I'm just going to change it a little bit, saying, what are the thoughts of Iranians on Pakistani peace talks? What do you guys think about this and the odds of success? Okay, so here's the thing. We disagree. And I'm not the spokesperson for the Iranian people. Okay? So I cannot represent them, but I could report to you what I'm saying. Me as an Iranian, what I've seen is that the results of this first of all, it's not peace talks. I should correct that as well. These are not peace talks. These are just negotiations for a potential ceasefire that is already falling apart, right? But what's happening is that, in my opinion, the results have been positive. The results have been positive because it has acted like a grenade within the regime and is basically causing chaos within the regime. So, in my opinion, this is positive. However, what I think is not necessarily a representation of what Iranians think. And what it has done with many Iranians is that it has stressed them out because they were very excited about, many Iranians, again, not all, were very excited about what Trump is about to do once the deadline that he had would reach. A lot of Iranians assumed that, okay, this is it. This is the final battle. President Trump is going to come to F things up, and he's going to come and do so much boom boom that at the end of it, we're going to get rid of the Islamic Republic. So as soon as the ceasefire was announced, my Telegram was filled with Iranians who were upset, who were disappointed, who thought, oh no, the Islamic Republic is going to survive. So many Iranians had negative reaction to this. Some people eventually saw that, okay, this might actually be a great strategy, but there is disagreement. Because so many Iranians were very excited about President Trump just coming in and just finishing this. Because we're so tired. We're so tired of the Islamic Republic. And we also know that the Islamic Republic continues to execute Iranians. So we didn't want a ceasefire. Many of Iranians wanted this to continue. That's the honest answer. Okay. And then we got more super chats saying, Armin, this might answer your question. Go find this post. Here are today's top stories on TG. Was posted this morning. YouTube sent super chat. It's under Amir. I don't understand what's happening here. Guys, can somebody translate the super chat? Okay, Tal is coming in 7 minutes. I need hold on, let me see. I need a hold on. Hold on. What do I do? Because guys, Tal is joining us in 7 minutes. If somebody could translate the super chat, I would be very grateful. Not this one. Let me set something up here. Not this one. Okay. Let me just put this on because I need to read like a 30-second washroom break. So let me just put this on the screen. I'll be back because I don't want to have to worry about that when Tal is here.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. High-stakes talks are set to take place this weekend in Islamabad, Pakistan, aimed at creating an agreement to end the war. With the temporary ceasefire in place, international focus remains on the Strait of Hormuz. Overnight, President Trump taking to Truth Social to say, quote, Iran is doing a very poor job, dishonorable, some would say, of allowing oil to go through the Strait of Hormuz. That is not the agreement we have. With just 8 vessels reportedly passing through the strait in the first 48 hours of the ceasefire, a statement was released via state media from Iran's new supreme leader saying, quote, and certainly we are entering a new era with the management of the Strait of Hormuz. We did not and do not seek war, but we will not give up our rightful rights in any way. And for this, we consider all the fronts of resistance as one. The region is waiting to see the outcome of the talks in Pakistan as Iranian officials and U.S. officials appear to be discussing a different set of terms. Iraq's foreign minister spoke yesterday about the talks.
We discussed the upcoming negotiation process in Pakistan, and we support and encourage this process. And we hope that the negotiation process will achieve its goals, which are peace and security in the region.
One issue that appears to be a sticking point is whether or not Israel will still be able to strike Hezbollah, Iran's largest proxy based in Lebanon. Overnight, Israel struck a variety of launching positions in southern Lebanon, and shortly after, Hezbollah launched a rocket that triggered sirens in Tel Aviv.
I want to tell you, there is no ceasefire in Lebanon. We continue to strike Hezbollah with force, and we will not stop until we restore your security. Our great achievements, both in Iran and against the axis of evil, have brought about a historic change in Israel's status in the region.
Next week, Israel and Lebanon will hold direct talks in Washington aimed at creating peaceful relations between the two countries and disarming Hezbollah. Guys?
So how about this, Trey? You have France, one of the first Western tankers to go through the region and being...
Oh, wait, we have a relevant question to that last point. Somebody saying, should NATO... Thank you for the super chat. Somebody saying, should NATO help USA and Iran, in your opinion? Well, not NATO members, because for NATO as a whole to help the United States, you need like basically a unanimous vote from all NATO members. And I'm pretty sure Turkey is not going to vote for that. Okay. So even if all of them do, I mean, most of them won't, Spain won't, but even if they do, I don't think you could get Turkey on board. So it's not NATO would not be able to respond, given that they have Turkey in there, but NATO members, and yes, more NATO members, if they knew what was good for them, they would have been participating and helping, but they're exposing themselves as useless. And there needs to be a revisiting of the relationship United States has with NATO member countries. And I mean, what is NATO without United States anyways? So United States NATO, what is NATO without United States? Everyone's like, oh, why are you not like you got like NATO member countries have to realize that they're nothing without United States. So the idea of not helping United States is like it's going to backfire if more American taxpayers realize that this is a one-sided relationship. Yeah. Okay, and then we have another super chat saying different ethnicities and cultures in Iran, guys. The cultures of Iran are important, and we are Iranians. Yes, the cultures are important. We need to be celebrated, but we don't have to have the right ethnicity to share the culture, right? So the Persian culture doesn't belong to the Persian Iranians. The Persian culture belongs to all Iranians, and the Kurdish culture doesn't belong to Kurdish Iranians. We all celebrate it and share it and enjoy it, and all of it, like the Azeri culture, all of it. We share it. There are many different ethnicities, but honestly, I don't think the ethnicities matter. The culture that comes from those ethnicities are beautiful and worth celebrating. But because it belongs to all of Iran, it doesn't really matter which ethnicity you belong to. It doesn't matter. It belongs to all of us. I mean, like, for example, Shahnameh from Ferdowsi is Persian. It's Persian culture. Do you think that do you think that the Shahnameh belongs to only Persian Iranians? No, it does. No, it's not. It belongs to all of us. Oh, we got another super chat saying, been watching your YouTube videos recently. They are really informative and could you maybe add a picture of the regime characters you're mentioning for those who don't know, may not know who they are? I mean, well, first of all, thank you so much for the support. And this is what I do. I mean, when I mention them, I bring this chart. So not only you see their faces, you also see their position. I also zoom out and then zoom in so you could see which branches they belong to, which section they belong to, what their position is, what they look like. So is this good? Is this what you wanted? I was saying, oh, whoops, sorry for grammar. No, that's okay. That's okay. I understood you. But isn't this like helpful? Like when I talk about people, I bring this bingo card. That's what I usually do every time I'm mentioning them. Unless there's somebody that we kept on talking about every time, like Ghalibaf. Like I don't think I need to introduce Ghalibaf to you guys, right? Yes? Okay. So yeah, I'll try to bring the bingo card more often. Bring it out more often so you have a better understanding of who the people are and what they look like. Thanks for the reminder. All right, let's go to this video because this is epic. Where is it? I had it. Oh, this one. Look at this, guys. Mujtaba showed up. Guys, this is embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. The Islamic Republic is bringing out Mujtaba to bring a statement, and it's just on a big screen in front of an audience. And not only he can't show up, it's not even his voice. Look at this. This is the statement from Mujtaba, and somebody else is reading his statement. This is really embarrassing. Like, I think these people are going to wonder, like, okay, something is up. Look at this. Let's play this video.
از آثار مثبت آن مطلع و بهره‌مند شدند. همچنین قدرت ابداع و ابتکار در ابعاد مختلف از علمی و راهبردی و سیاست‌گذاری.
It's a woman's voice. It's a woman's voice reading Mujtaba's statement to the regime supporters. Like, guys, I bet you some of these people are like, okay, he's dead. He's dead. He's so dead. He is so dead. Like, come on, you guys are messing with us.
از آثار مثبت آن مطلع و بهره‌مند شدند. همچنین قدرت ابداع و ابتکار در ابعاد مختلف از علمی و راهبردی و سیاست‌گذاری از دیگر هنرهای ایشان بود که شمه‌ای از آن در تدوین سیاست‌های کلی نظام منعکس می‌باشد و نیز قدرت خلق معانی.
Look at this. These people must be thinking like, okay, they're messing with us. We don't have a supreme leader, do we? Right? Like, isn't that what they're thinking? I bet you that's what they're thinking. I'm like, okay, guys, pack it up. Let's go home. It's over. If this is what they're giving us, then he's dead.
از طریق ساخته به هنگام واژگان و ترکیب‌های بدیعی که هر یک انبوهی از معانی را خلق و حمل می‌کرد و از آن گفتمان عمومی عمل می‌آمد. و از جمله هنری که در اثر صیقل خوردن روح بلند ایشان در شداید و امتحانات و ابتلاعات
Oh no, this is so sad. This is so sad. It sucks without Ali, doesn't it? Oh, guys, look at who's here. Yay, we did it. Talon's here. Oh my God. Let's go. Let's go.
Azizam! How are you, my beautiful brother? It's good to see your face again, man.
Oh my God, it's so good to see you. I have my best conversations with you, Tal. Like, I miss our last conversation.
I honestly, I always gloat about how you said that our show together was one of the best conversations you ever had. I always tell people, I'm like, Armin said Loki was one of the best guests he ever had.
No, I think the best guest I ever had, to be honest.
I love you, Habibi. I love you so much.
I love you too. Oh.
Hi, everyone. I see the excitement in the chat. I love all of you. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, this is so amazing. Talk to us. How are you feeling? How's everything going?
Wow, I feel like shit. I feel horrible, man. I am I'm confused. I texted Goldie the second the news came out to try to get clarification, and she gave me an answer that kind of calmed me down a little bit, but like I am a little bit, I'm confused, I'm disheartened. I feel like a lot of Israelis feel very like, it's actually funny. Like, our reputation is that we're bloodthirsty monsters who want war. And right now we're kind of living up to the stereotype, because everyone in the country, when they said there was a ceasefire, we were all like, what the hell? We want to keep going. Let's keep going. Oh. So I don't know, man. You know, we spent 40 days of our lives like in bomb shelters. Everything changed. Everything went on hold. It's like we all were ready to see Iran be free, and I just don't know where that stands right now. So,
well, first of all, let me tell you, the fact that Israelis had that reaction, I mean, the rest of the world might call you bloodthirsty, but to us, Iranian, this is another proof that there is no nation close to us Iranians more than Israelis. Because that basically means that you had the same reaction that the Iranian people had, and I think no other country had that reaction. It was just basically mostly Iranians and Israelis like, what the hell? We were like, what? What are you stopping? Keep going, keep hitting these people. I think it was just like at the same time, Iranians and Israelis were like, what? This shows are so close to each other, you know. We understand each other.
I have never seen my country come together the way that we have in the last couple months. We love you guys just so much. Like I'm so in love with your people, with your country, I'm just so ready for it to be free. Me and my girlfriend have been talking about nonstop about once the regime collapses, about going to vacation in Iran together to go explore the country. I have messages in my DMs all day, every day from all corners of Iran. Like, I'm shocked how many new cities I learned about since the war started, of people saying, when it's over, you come here, I take you here, you come here, you come here. Like, we talked about it before. I'm so invested in this, and it's just, I wanna put my belief that Trump and Netanyahu and Reza Pahlavi are working on things behind the scenes that we don't hear about, but it's impossible to not feel a little bit like a little stabbed when this stopped, you know?
But first of all, before I talk to you about how I feel about the so-called ceasefire, I just want to say you have to be very careful about your plans to go to Iran, because I don't know if the Iranian people are going to let you leave. Just like warning.
That's fine. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so just be careful. Just be careful. Okay.
That's fine. I don't mind staying there for a prolonged period of time. It's fine.
Okay, but when it comes to negotiations, I first was like, oh no, like my Telegram was filled with messages of disappointment saying, Armin, we're screwed, it's over, they're negotiating with them. I got a heartbreaking message from one of my closest friends saying that Atesh Bas shod means they got a ceasefire, with a heartbreak and a crying emoji. And then the next message says, as farda e'dam ha shuru mishe. He said, from tomorrow they're going to start the executions. And then he said, badbakh shodim. He said, we're ruined. Like, they saw the negotiation as it's all over, and we're basically effed. Like, we're stuck with the Islamic Republic. Okay. But the results of the negotiations has been really good. First of all, even before the negotiations have started, the challenge has been, what can we do to the Islamic Republic for the regime supporters to start acting like they're being defeated? And no matter how much you hit, because that is more important than anything else. Because if we think we're winning and regime supporters think that they're winning, they are actually winning. Because the psychological loss is more important than the military loss. Because no matter how much you hit the Islamic Republic, even if they have a little bit left, that is enough for them to be able to remain in charge, right? Yeah. What you need to do is you need to hit these people in a way that makes them angry and upset and think like they're losing. And blowing things up is not going to do that. But having Ghalibaf go meet with the murderers of Ali Khamenei is a level of humiliation that the regime supporters cannot tolerate.
I didn't think about that.
Yes, the regime supporters would tolerate blowing up all power plants, all the bridges. They were like, we're good. We could live without them. But having this level of humiliation of basically, and they think that Ghalibaf must be a Zionist spy or something. That because they thought that they're winning the war. I mean, they thought that they're continuing to win. So they're like, why are we doing a ceasefire? Why are we negotiating with the people who killed our supreme leader? And the division, oh my God, I've been playing videos for people about the division, and it's just so beautiful. They're cursing Arakshi, they're cursing Ghalibaf, they're thinking that this is the greatest betrayal. They're turning against each other, and now there is cracks within the regime. Vahidi, the head of IRGC, is turning against Ghalibaf. Like, we're seeing divisions at the highest level. So this is beautiful. It's working out. Like, this was a grenade that President Trump just released in the politics of the Islamic Republic. So it's working out well.
Well, I love to hear that. That's a dose of optimism that I think we here in Israel, because maybe we're looking at it a little bit one-dimensionally. We're just seeing like the activities of the U.S. Air Force and the Israeli Air Force just bombing the shit out of the IRGC infrastructure. Like we want to continue to see that happen. But what you're saying just gives me a big dose of optimism. I love personally the fact that we have a gay Ayatollah now. I love that Mujtaba is. I keep telling people, like, I think the story of Mujtaba Khomeini is like the it's like the best workings of a supervillain. Like, we killed his father, we killed his wife and his son and his daughter all on the same day, crippled him. He's in a coma and he's gay, and everybody knows he had erectile dysfunction. And like, it's just like the best fucking. It's like the best like supervillain story ever.
You know, I wish he was gay. He's not even like he's into boys, like young boys, unfortunately. Like, that's the yeah.
Oh, he's a PDF file.
Yeah. Just like his father.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thought he was just because Fox News, man, I have to react to these clips from Jesse Waters, and he keeps coming on. He keeps on. I'm like, I'm not that big fan of Fox News, but he comes on. He's like, the gay Ayatollah, and I'm like, dude, it takes me out every time I hear it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, listen. There's no doubt we accomplished a lot. I'm the last person who's gonna be like doom and gloom. We lost the war. Like, the thing is with these Islamists, as you know, anything besides like for them the baseline is so low. They just have to stay alive. They could have like 1 foot left and one hand, and as long as they're alive, that's victory. That does, like, they could have lost everything. Like, it's the same thing with the Gazans. Like, they're standing in a destroyed Gaza and they're like, victory to Islam, victory to Muhammad, we won the war, it's better now than it was before. Like, okay, man, if that's what you want, like, that's what you like all right.
Yeah, I mean, this is why people need to understand that we need to win the psychological warfare with humiliation.
Yeah.
Not just the military warfare, because these people will always come back. Until you demoralize them, you demotivate them, you basically defeat them in a way that they care about.
Mm-hmm.
And humiliation is what they care about. They rather die than be humiliated. So humiliation is such an important part of this battlefield, and it seems like nobody understood it. But I don't know if President Trump did this by design. It seemed like President Trump understood it, and now somebody is doing something to them that is making them actually start crying. They're tapping out. They're like, "What the hell?"
I really hope, Armin. Yeah, with Trump, it's like I've always struggled with Trump. Like, I like a lot of the stuff that he says, or a lot of stuff that he does. Not so much the way he speaks, but like, for example, today I was analyzing the Megyn Kelly clip where Megyn Kelly was like, she was commentating on the tweet that he said he's going to destroy civilization. She's like, what is it? Now we need to threaten the entire Iran, all 93 million people in Iran. And I'm like, bitch, Iranians are the first people in line right now saying, destroy my civilization. Come, blow it all up. Like, Iranians are the most extreme in this. Like, they're like saying, like, everything, like, just destroy everything. We don't want this anymore. We want to restart. And I'm like, obviously, Trump is not saying he's going to destroy. At the end of that tweet, he literally said, "God bless the Iranian people." Like, we know where he stands, but that's the issue with him is like, he plays such a good game of always keep them guessing, which I'm sitting there like, bro, I do this as a job now, and I have no idea what is going on. No idea.
I mean, the good thing is that neither does the Islamic Republic. Right? Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sometimes we get frustrated because President Trump keeps saying things and it confuses us, and we're like, what the hell is going on? And then I remember, like, well, if we're confused, so is the Islamic Republic, and maybe that's the point.
True. I'll just tell you the one big suspicion I had is I was talking about this on my show is that every time we've had sort of a pause in fighting, other than Hamas, but every time we've had a pause in fighting with the IRGC, with the Houthis, or with Hezbollah, it's been like a prolonged pause in fighting, and that's the only thing that concerns me. And I'm just saying that honestly. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen this time. But every time it's been like a couple months of a pause before we go back to fighting.
Well, I mean, here's the sad part. This might actually end up taking much longer or shorter than a lot of people realize. Like historically, like revolutions take longer than like what we. I mean, I understand the Iranian people are in a hurry because they're literally executing us as we're speaking, like they're killing Iranian people. So I understand that they can't be patient. I don't fault them and they're in a rush, but we have to be in it for the long run. This might be end up all done by tomorrow, but we have to prepare our mind to say to ourselves, even if this takes even a couple of years, we're not going to give up. We're not going to give up, because I don't know which one of these swings at the corrupt tree that Islamic Republic is going to bring it down. But what I know is that if you don't give up swinging at it, it will come down. Just don't give up, no matter how long it takes.
I'll tell you where my fear is as an Israeli, as an Israeli American in this situation, is the only thing I fear is that if it's not done, or if the catalyst is not brought on fast enough in the next couple months, or at least during Trump's administration, right? If this goes beyond Trump's administration, and if Trump loses face because of this, because there's so many elements in America right now that are going against him, even inside of the MAGA movement, who are like fighting, like all the Candaces and the Tuckers who are trying to show that he's like out of touch and delusional and he's not doing anything, and he's killing Iranian civilians, which is not really happening. All those elements. What scares me is if somehow they're able to coax a non-Republican. Like right now, the biggest ticket after Trump is people are eyeing Marco Rubio, who we know would be an ally to the Islam, or not to the Islamic regime, but to the people of Iran. But if we get like a Democrat in there, I am very, very fearful that if the revolution is not set in stone at that point, or getting going, or far enough along, I'm a little fearful that if we get a Democrat in the U.S. administration, they may screw it all up. Like they may just start funding and giving money to the IRGC again, the way Obama did, the way that Biden did. I'm scared of that. I really am scared of that.
Well, here's the thing. I think that President Trump managed to do so many of the things that Israel couldn't do by itself. And I think, again, I don't know. I'm not saying it would last that long, but let's just look at the worst case scenario. Even if it lasts that long, I think that the amount of damage that President Trump did to the Islamic Republic, even if all of a sudden we lose complete support of United States, the Iranian people and the Israeli people will be able to finish the job eventually.
Well, I really hope so. I really hope that you're right.
Yeah. I think that it will be so much tougher. Like it will be much more difficult. It will cost us a lot more lives, but it will happen one way or another. I mean, I know Israelis are not going to let Iran get nuclear. Like they just can't. They're not.
No, not only that. I think Operation Epic Fury has proven our brotherhood. Like it really, from the second the protest started in Iran, from the second the revolution started in Iran, I have never seen. I told you this before. I've never seen my people come together like this before. We are with you guys, 110%. From the most liberal Israelis to the most conservative Israelis, I see everyone on the same page. Even if this happens in 4 years from now, we're with you. Like we're there for the long ride.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say to that, because it's just sometimes I feel like just saying we're grateful and we appreciate that, it does not capture the love and appreciation that we're feeling when it comes to Israel. So I really don't I just feel like words fail to capture like what the Iranian people feel about Israel right now. So
I'll say the story that I say every time I come on your live, but just in case for viewers who are watching right now who don't know who I am, I just came from her house right now. This is my sweet grandma. This is Safta Miriam. It's my sweet grandma. She was born and raised in Baghdad in Iraq. And in 1941, before the creation of the State of Israel, Arab Islamists inside of Iraq ethnically cleansed her community. They killed like almost 200 Jews in the middle of the night, and they burned down the homes, stole from, looted, did a bunch of horrible things to about 2,000 Jews in Iraq. Every single Jew in Iraq felt it that night. And as the Jew hatred in Iraq kept on rising over the course of 10 years, in 1951, the Shah and the Iranian people came together, built a coalition using the Jewish community in Iran, and actually facilitated flights from Baghdad to Tehran. And then I actually found this recently. I only found this out recently, Armin. My grandma has dementia now, so it's hard to get from her like the full story. But she told us that when she was in Iran, I thought it was originally for 3 days. She told us, she clarified to me and my mom recently, 30 days. She was 1 month in Iran. She actually picked up a little bit of Farsi because I went to her and I started saying to her, Azizam, Junam, and she was like, where did you learn this? And then she started speaking a little bit of Farsi. I couldn't understand what she was saying.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so she remembered it from when, and she was very young. She was like only, I think, like 10 or 12 when that happened. And she remembered her time in Iran. She said they were so nice to her. They fed her good food. And then they flew her from Tehran to Tel Aviv. That's like, and that's why for me, the Iraqi Jewish community, many of us had that experience with you guys, where your people literally saved us. And this isn't just the first time in our history. You guys did this with Cyrus the Great thousands of years ago, but we'll never forget it. I will never forget it. I am indebted to you guys forever. I carry that with my story. When my grandma passes away eventually, whenever that'll happen, God willing, she lives forever, I will carry that story on to my kids. We are family, and that's never, ever going away. That promise is forever.
I mean, I don't know what to say. That's so beautiful. I mean, once the Islamic Republic falls, consider that and anything else, and also even Cyrus the Great, all of that paid with interest. Right. Given that you guys killed Khamenei, which is like the biggest step to our liberation, I think that, I also think that once Iran is free, the fact that Israel and United States was the reason for our liberation will forever be part of our genesis story of this new Iran.
Yeah.
So nobody is you can't be patriotic without actually being pro-Israeli and pro-American, right? Because this is the new Iran owes its rebirth to Israel and United States. So I think you could see a future of Iran where patriotism goes hand in hand with appreciation of Israel and United States.
A lot of times when I'm talking to the disgruntled Americans who are like, they don't really understand what Iran is, and they don't understand the people of Iran. They just kind of rope Iran and Iraq in the same pool, and they're like, oh, it's just Muslims in the Middle East. I try to explain to them, I'm like, no, this is not a Muslim country. This is a country that has pretty much rejected the message of Islam for the last 800 years or so. I try to explain to them that these soldiers that have died, I think the U.S. lost 16 or 17 soldiers during this operation. I think from what I've seen from Iranian people, I think they're going to be etched into stones all over Iran when the regime falls. I think the names are going to be carried forever. I know how much the Iranian people appreciate the sacrifice that the U.S. service people have made, and I think they're going to be indebted to America forever. And I think that's something that Americans undervalue a little bit. I was speaking to this just white American dude the other day, and he was like, I don't want America to be involved in the Middle East, and these guys are all the same. They're all Muslims. I'm like, don't you think it's also an asset for you to have this powerful, oil-rich country, which everybody comes together saying some of the smartest population in the middle, or maybe even the smartest population in the Middle East, the most highly educated, most technologically advanced, most artistic and cultured. Don't you think it's a net asset for you to make an allyship with them, to work with them, to be with them? Oh, the queen is here.
Hello. Can you guys
Goldie.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
I can't speak too much, but because I'm on my way to the airport, but I figured I would pop in. So don't let me interrupt. But great to see you, Tal. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Great to see you as well.
I'll just be here in the background listening.
Okay.
I actually saw a comment from somebody. Thank you. I saw a comment for somebody recently who was like, Tal, don't doubt Trump. Goldie is always right. And I was like, you know what? 100%. 100%.
I'm sure Armin's giving you all the explanation, though. He'll explain everything. His explanation is fantastic. Anyways, I won't interrupt. I'll just be in the background listening.
Amazing.
But yeah,
okay, great. That's good. Yeah, go on.
well, I mean, that just in essence, I feel like a lot of people in America who are like dumb on the conflict and dumb on Iran, who don't understand what Iran is and the people, who just rope this into like another Muslim Middle Eastern country. I think it's important for us to also like explain like what a net asset it is to have peace with Iran, to have allyship with Iran as an American citizen. Like it's a huge value to American citizens.
It would okay, but here's the thing. So many Americans don't even appreciate Israel that has proven to be the best ally you could get as a United States. So if we're having a hard time demonstrating how important of an ally Israel is to the United States, given that we have verifiable facts, like you could see it, so how could you give them hopes of how good of an ally Iran is going to be sometime in the future, given that the already existing amazing ally that they have, they can't even believe that. They don't even buy that.
My sweet brother Armin, there's one element you're forgetting. You're
Oh yeah,
forgetting
the
one
Jew,
element.
the Jews, the Jews.
And
Oh,
I'm the last person who wants to like put us in a victim camp. That's not my. I'm not a victim. We're not victims, but
Okay.
we are Jewish, and that's the difference. Is like you guys
Yeah.
have a suave, man. People love you guys for who you are. When you go and talk to people about Persians, they're like, no, I love those people. You talk to people about Jews, it's like a 50-50. Like,
Right.
oh, I love Jews, or they're literally the enemy of the world. So
Yeah. Okay. By the way, I think that but what do you think about this now? I think that once Iran is free, we are going to help you with the only thing you suck at. Okay? Because Israel and Jews in general, they're good at technology, academia, military, intelligence, engineering, chess. Not so much in sports, but that's okay. But everything that you could think of, they excel at. That, like they're ahead, like compared to the average in the world, they're ahead, right?
mm-hmm.
But they for some reason they just stuck at the narrative war, like fighting propaganda.
Yeah.
They're just, I mean, recently, I was telling Goldie, like, Goldie, that look, they're getting better at it. And then Goldie told me, like, these are Iranian Israelis. These are Iranian Jews in Israel. Like, okay. So even then, it was because you have some Iranians in Israel that helped you out with that. So given that you're so good at everything, and there's this one area of weakness, I think once Iran is free, you're going to be unleashing an army of 90 million Iranians that will go out and defend Israel around the world from the Middle East.
I love it.
In a way that I don't think the world understands what's going to hit them, because these are Middle Eastern people. They're already, like, people like Anna Kasparian and Cenk Uygur and all of these other people, they're already getting frustrated with the less than 10 million Iranians who are outside of Iran, who are basically going out there and waving the flag of Israel and saying Am Israel Chai. They're like, okay, these are just monarchists, Iranian diaspora. They're retarded. They don't represent the Iranians inside Iran. And me and Goldie remind them, like, guys, Iranians inside Iran are more radical than us, okay? Right? They're more like this, than you have no idea what's going to hit you, especially, and how, no matter how much Iranians loved Israel, no matter what that level of love was, it was nothing compared to the level of love Iranians now have for Israel after they killed Khamenei. I don't think even Israelis understand the significance of that event. Like, many Iranians' number one wish was to see him be killed while they're still alive. And that dream came true because of Israel, and Iranians will never forget that. And I don't think people underestimate. I think many people underestimate the influence of that on the minds of Iranians when it comes to how they view Israel. If they loved Israel before, they worship Israel now. It's completely different.
That's amazing. And by the way, I agree with what you're saying about how our narrative war sucks. A lot of time, like everyone gives me crap for saying this the way that I say it, but I agree with you. Not only Iranian Israelis or like Iranian Jews in Israel are crushing our PR, but like Mizrahi Jews in general, the Jews from the Middle East, are the asset to winning the PR war. But you see, like, even on Piers Morgan, We're never platformed. We're never given a platform. I know Pierre's team. I know they know who I am. They refuse to bring me on. Like, I'm pretty much the biggest.
You don't look the part.
You see the kind of Jews that they bring on, and I love those Jews. I have no problem with them, but they have a narrative. The world has a narrative that they want to push about what Jews look like, how they are, who they talk. When they have a Mizrahi Jew who comes on like me and starts spouting off the way that I speak, they have a problem with it. And until that is made a change, also, by the way, Jews have to make that change as well. They refuse to do it. Jews don't platform me. The only person platforming me is myself. Like, obviously, and amazing friends like you guys, but I don't get a platform even for most Jewish circles because not because of who I am or my color skin, just the Jewish world has an issue with, specifically the Western Jewish world has an issue with ignorance on the Mizrahi Jewish story, the Iraqi Jewish story, the Iranian Jewish story. They lack that knowledge and it causes a lot of issues. But I think you're 100% right. Once the regime falls and we have an asset of all these amazing, this mosaic of beautiful Middle Eastern people that live inside of Iran, speaking on behalf of us and speaking with us and standing with us. I mean, I know for a fact it's going to crush. And also, like, once the regime falls, we've talked about this before, it's going to be a domino effect. It's not just Iran. I mean, allyship in the Middle East, I think, is going to spring up everywhere. Like, between Arabs as well. I think a lot of Arabs are going to be like, all right. All right. the state sponsor of terror is gone now. We gotta start shaping up. We gotta start acting better.
Honestly, I think there's too much money to be made for these people to, like, once the Islamic Republic is gone, the opportunities of financial progress and trade is just so much that a lot of these Arab countries are going to be trying to push that aside as much as they can. And I think it's going to bring a new golden era to the Middle East, unlike something that we have never seen before. The only issue is that the West is falling. so I don't know. Like, I think, like, I could imagine a situation where the Islamic Republic falls and Israel and Iran and the Arab countries all of a sudden get their act together and we bring an era of prosperity to the Middle East.
Bro, I agree.
We look from this. And we look from the side and we say, like, what the hell is happening to Europe and North America? Like,
I agree wholeheartedly. Like, I have, obviously, as an American citizen, I was raised mostly in America. I am loyal to the USA. I want the USA to succeed. More than anything, I want the US to be a strong, powerful country. But I'm also seeing the writing on the wall. Like, I saw it in Europe 10 years ago when I first started traveling, and now I really don't even want to go to Europe anymore. And you can see that there's definitely, like, if Americans, specifically American Christians, don't wake up and realize they got to fight for their nation, I think that's totally in the realm of possibility that the West sort of collapses and a new coalition of Iran, sort of the Gulf states, who I'm not saying have a perfect track record, but some of them are kind of cool, and Israel and other Middle Eastern nations come together and say, all right, we're the new powerhouse of the world. We have the oil. We have the history. We have the dopest cultures, the best food in the world by a large margin. Like, if we actually could get our shit together for 5 seconds and work together, we'd be unstoppable. Like, the region would be unstoppable.
Yeah. I wouldn't bet against the US, though. I think United States is, like, every time you bet against the US, the US will eventually find a way to recover its losses and come back stronger. And I think the reason why US, every time we get disappointed in the US is temporary. And I think the reason for that is the amount of liberty they have, right? And because of the amount of freedom that you have in the United States, when you start going in the wrong direction, because the results show that this is the wrong direction, it's flexible enough to course correct and get back on the right track again. And I think a lot of people underestimate how much the level of liberty that the United States is responsible for it being the world superpower right now. And I think that's why I wouldn't bet against the United States, even though short term we might see some things that disappoints us.
I see everyone in the comments, by the way, getting angry at me. I am not hoping or saying that America is going to fall. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, and I want to make it very clear, America has a problem right now with Islamism that is mirroring what happened in Europe around 20 years ago. And it's starting in America. And whether you have 5 million Muslims or 1 million Muslims, Islamism is an issue that affects the whole community, and then it has like a circle effect. It affects people outside of that community as well. It can affect Christians, atheists. So I love America. I want
Islam,
success from
Islam, not Islam, not Islam.
That's where you and I have that disagreement, but but that's what I'm saying. Like specifically American Christians need to understand that you have to fight for your country. Freedom isn't free. That's the biggest thing we know in the Middle East more than anyone. Freedom is not free. And if you're passive about it, I see the writings on the wall. It's a scary thing for me. America has changed immensely in the 30 years I've been alive. Almost 30 years I've been alive. And I was born and raised in the United States. And I've seen how much my country has changed. I've seen how much just the city of New York has changed. So I love America. I want the best for America. I want America to be a strong ally to Israel, to Iran. I want it to be a strong ally of the Gulf states. I want America to succeed. But I'm also saying we have to fight. America has to fight. The people who love America, immigrants, Christians, not everyone, even Muslims who are moderate, have to fight for America to not fall to the hands of Islamism. You know, I talked to Tommy Robinson about this, and I know that he's a controversial character, but when he was here in Israel, he said one thing. I love him too. I think he's a great guy. But I know he's controversial for a lot of people. But he said one thing to me that really stuck with me. I think he said Muslims in the UK right now are only 5% of the population. And we've been hearing about it nonstop. And it's not just because white people are racist and they're pushing a narrative. It's because there is behavior by Islamists, specifically South Asian Islamists, who are plaguing the UK like they are plaguing Iran and other places in the world, specifically Pakistanis and Bangladeshi Muslims, who are causing major issues. Now, I see that happening in Texas. There's a massive Pakistani Bangladeshi community there. There's a massive Somali community who are like already scamming and pirating money away off the Al-Shabaab in Africa from Michigan, from Dearborn. So if these issues are not like quelled right now with a very strict hand, man, you might lose what you have, and you have a beautiful thing. You don't want to lose it.
So I think we also have to be careful not to pretend like it's all over, right? And I'm not saying you're doing that, but I see a lot of people coming out and saying, oh, the UK has fallen, France has fallen, Canada has fallen. And I think that's a defeatist attitude. I think that what's happening is very concerning, but I think we're far away from considering it a lost cause. And I think people are underestimating how much a new global patriotic movement is building up. And I think there's going to be a reaction to all of this. And I think instead of saying that, oh, UK has fallen, basically, to me, seems like you're giving up. To me, I think you should be part of the fight. Don't give up on UK. Don't give up on your countries. Don't give up on France. Don't give up on Germany. Don't give up on Canada. Don't give up on UK. Definitely don't give up on United States. And, join the fight. And here's what I tell people. Anybody who thinks UK has fallen, France has fallen, Germany has fallen, Canada has fallen. Nothing.
France is kind of like Macron surrendered. I love those memes. First day of the war, everybody was like, Macron surrendered.
That's just being French, okay? So France hasn't fallen because surrendering is French culture. So they're just being French. Okay, so that's just what the French do. Okay.
Sorry to cut you off. Please continue. I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, in fact, that means France is alive because they're doing what they do best.
It's part of their culture.
Right, guys, if you're French, don't be upset. Okay. No. All right. Well, no. But what I'm saying is that like patriots of the world have united. Like here's the thing. When I was younger, they were told me that patriotism, nationalism is bad because it's isolating. It makes people of different countries to be against each other, otherize people from other countries. And I'm like, oh yeah, nationalism bad because you otherize other people from other countries. But now what's happening, we're seeing that we have patriots of the world are uniting over their patriotism. They see each other because the threats against the world are global threats like Islam, woke left, woke right. These are the main three threats to the world, right? And I think because it's a global threat, it requires a global response. And I see patriots from the UK and patriots from Canada, patriots from the United States, patriots from Israel, patriots from Iran. They notice that they are they're like each other, and they're basically standing for their sovereign rights, for their sovereign independence, and fighting against these global threats. So we have a global patriotic movement, and it's only started. And I think as we grow, we're going to see eventually this is the pendulum swinging in the other direction. Every time we see something bad happen in the world, we're like, oh my God, it's over. But just like, no, this is just a pendulum swing. It will swing back in our direction until it's everything that is happening where people are thinking like the sky has fallen and we have lost Western society. It's nothing compared to what the West went through between 1935 and 1945. Like if you think this is the end of the West, then what would you think when you were in those? Like if you looked at the map of the world, you will see that most of the planet has been taken by either Nazism, communism, or Japanese imperialism. And the classical liberal values of Western values was getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and you would have thought it was over. But look at what happened. Within 10 years, it dominated the entire planet. So if we managed to overcome Nazism and communism and Japanese imperialism, we will be able to overcome Islam as well. I mean, Islamic tyranny, at least.
I love you so much, man. I love you. I agree 100%. And by the way, I love the optimistic mindset. I find myself to be very much an optimist in this room or in this space as well. You as well, but as somebody whose family was literally like, when I look at my own family history in Iraq, like they were taken there as slaves thousands of years ago. They lived in Iraq before it was Arab, before it was Muslim. And then Arabs and Muslims, however they came, convinced people this was a better system, either by force or by charisma, because we know they are charismatic. And then they eventually flipped on them thousands of years or 1,000 years later and kicked them out of their own homes. So I can see all of this happening very slowly and methodically, and it scares me because it is scary that there is it's not even just a Muslim. There's an Islamist as mayor of New York. That's an issue. That is an issue. That is a far-reaching global issue, like a massive issue. It's a cultural issue for the whole Western world that an Islamist has taken the throne. I was just doing a video reaction about him today, and they were doing some polling in New York that like 60% of the city of New York is against his policies, but more than 60% actually love him, but are against what he's doing. So it's like the cultural idea that an Islamist can take such a high position in the West right now. We saw this with what's his name, with Sadiq Khan in London. I wouldn't call him really an Islamist, but Islamist sympathizer. It's very scary. It's concerning. And all I say is I'd love to have the optimism. I just say we do have to have this coalition of people. I mean, there's that guy in Italy. I think his name is Lorenzo, who he was very outspoken after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. There's that Eva girl in the Netherlands. There's there's people rising up everywhere. There's Tommy Robinson, obviously. There's people rising up in all elements of Europe and in the West that are speaking out. Obviously, in America, it's the loudest voices because you have so many who are on sort of the right. But again, optimism is great. I love to be optimistic, but it requires a dose of work. Like it requires fighting. Yeah. You actually have to be out there. You have to be voting. That's the biggest thing. You have a right that most people in the world don't have a right to do. And every single person in the West is a loser if they don't vote. Like you have to vote. You have to use that and put your voice where it matters. And then obviously speaking out. Like speaking out is the most important thing we can do. We have freedom to use our voices and to influence society, to influence the direction, to make content, to write, to whatever you want to do. Create, but influence people to understand that this could be a massive issue. And all you have to do, by the way, if you're not educated on the topic, have conversations with people like me and Armin. We're everywhere. It doesn't have to be me and Armin or Goldie. It could be you have so many people are part of these communities who have suffered under the threat of Islamism, under Islamic terrorism, under Arab colonialism. Just have conversations with an Assyrian, a Coptic, a Mandean. There's so many people. Just talk to them about what it's like to live under that system and what can happen if that population turns into 20% in America or 20% in the UK. What does that actually look like in practice? It's a scary reality.
Yeah, I mean, that's very beautifully put. And you're so right that it is worrying. Like at my point, like I see the areas of concern, like in New York and London, everything you mentioned. I'm not trying to say like things are not concerning. What I'm suggesting is that concern should make you active in exactly in the dimension that you mentioned. I'm saying like when you see these areas of concern, don't be like, okay, it's all effed up.
Yeah, don't
it's
give
all
up.
over.
Yeah,
it's all over. It's all going to crap. So and don't give up. Just if you see concern, then like, okay, fight, get into the battle. Join us and participate. By the way, this is why I created a discussion group. People think it's just a discussion group. They don't know I'm raising an army. Right? I'm like, it's a training, like the discussion group that I have. When you say people participate and learn these things and talk, yeah, like the whole point of this discussion group is for me to like find a way where we could train people to basically build an army to do all of these things.
Yeah, we have to be proactive, man, because people don't understand this is a ideological fight. Like, and people who are not well versed in history don't know that this just happened a few generations ago. This was just going on, but we've become complacent because, man, life is fucking good, man. We're living like a crazy, especially in the West. Like, I'm not in the West right now, but like every time I go back to the US, I'm like, this is the future, man. It's crazy. Yeah. Like, Israel is not the future yet. We're really far behind, especially when it comes to the West in a lot of things. Like Amazon Prime 1 hour delivery is a wish. Huh?
You're ahead of most of the world.
Yes, I would say, but not most of the West. The West still has us, like, we're far behind, I would say, the West.
I mean, you're surrounded by enemies, so I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah, they keep dragging us back.
Yeah.
Could you just somehow inspire them to step out of the caves for a moment and stop being hooga booga? I think we could have a great lifestyle. If I could just convince the Syrians, the Jordanians, and the Lebanese to stop doing this, and like look, 1 hour delivery on Amazon Prime is great. Let's work together. But they're like, no, I want to do this. Allahu Akbar. Somebody commented General Navabi. I love that.
Oh, thank
General
you.
Navabi. Supreme Leader Navabi.
Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, think about what Israel can achieve, given how big of a technological center it is, and like how entrepreneurial Israel is, and how its economy grows even in wartime conditions. Imagine if eventually have peace in the Middle East. Like, I can't imagine Israel would be unstoppable. Like, if they don't have to deal with all of this mess, given what
especially if we create Greater Israel and we take all the land. Joking.
Yeah. I know this is a conspiracy theory, but there's some Iranians who are like, yeah, let's be neighbors. Some Iranians love Israel so much that they're like, okay, you guys come all the way to here, and we also take some parts of Iraq, and then we'll kiss. Oh, we become neighbors.
Listen, the religious zealot inside of me is like, yalla, let's get it done, baby. I'm down. I'm down. I take the perspective is like, if these, sorry for a lack of better terms, it's gonna sound racist, but I can say it because I'm one of them. If these monkeys can't manage their land better, if they keep lobbing missiles at all of us from their land, let's just take it. Like, it doesn't. The sovereignty of your borders mean nothing if you can't manage your land responsibly. That's the way I believe. I was just on the border of Lebanon a couple days ago, and I made this video that really went viral. Russia Today took it and cut it and made propaganda with it, because I was on the border. I was standing right over the fence and looking over to Lebanon, and I'm looking at a Christian village and a Shia village. And the Shia village, which was praising Hezbollah and housing Hezbollah, is completely destroyed. It's gone. There's just rubble.
Oh.
And the Christian village is untouched.
I saw that video. That's beautiful. Yeah,
it's a great video. And I'm like, this is what happens when you act civilized. This is what happens when you act like a monkey. Don't act like a monkey. Just don't be a monkey.
No offense to monkeys. No offense to
monkeys are great. I love monkeys. I'm all about the monkeys, but don't be one, because I can't live next to a monkey. It's impossible. It's not something I can. I want the best. I want us to rise up together. But if you keep acting like a monkey, driving me bringing me down with you. Yes, everybody spam monkeys in the chat. I love it. It's impossible. It's impossible to progress.
Okay, so Tal, I'm going to show you this map, but
Okay.
to the audience, this is not my policy. This is not Tal's policy. This is what some Iranians are suggesting that the world should look like in the future. And I just want to let you know that I'm not advocating for this. Okay. I respect the border integrity of all countries, and we're not going to challenge anyone's border integrity. Okay.
I don't speak
Okay.
for, I don't agree with Armin.
So-
oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah.
This is intense. Wow.
Okay. So the anti-Islamic forces of
wait.
the world.
Wait, I have a few problems with this map. Why the hell is Israel so small?
Well, I mean, that's what the Greater Israel Project, that as far as it goes, it's your lack of ambition, I guess.
Why did we stop? Why did we stop at like the African Asian plate? Like we should take more of Egypt at least. And all of Turkey. I mean, the Turks don't deserve Turkey. We should take all of Turkey.
Wait, no, leave some for us. That's half of it is for us. So it's from the Nile to the Euphrates. That's what they say you want. So that's what we gave you.
Yeah, I'll take it, man.
wrong?
It's fine.
Right.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, the reason it didn't go all of Egypt because you guys it's just this Nile, right?
We're gonna get clipped, bro. We're gonna get clipped so hard with this. We're gonna be using Armin. Armin, do one of these with me real quick. Do one of these with me. Someone play Hava Nagila real quick.
I bet you most Indians in the chat actually are like, well, this is actually not a bad idea. Indians are like, wait.
Wait, so there, Iran is also taken parts of Pakistan and parts of Afghanistan, right?
I mean, obviously, they were used to be part of the Sassanid Empire.
And what is all the way up top there? Is that Tajikistan at the top most on the right?
Yeah, Tajikistan is Iran, obviously. They speak Persian. So
okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so wow, that is a very nice Iran. That's a very nice Persian empire. I'm kind of down, bro.
We'll be neighbors. We'll be neighbors. Wouldn't it be beautiful if Israel and Iran were neighbors?
Honestly, bro, I'm down. Honestly, I'm down. It's hard to convince me not.
Okay. Actually, let me pull it down. You guys are actually liking it too much. Okay, you guys are liking this too much. Okay? Hey, put it away. People are like, actually, this started as a joke, but now that I think about it. All right. Okay.
We are gonna get clipped so hard, bro. We're done. We're cooked. Me and you are cooked. And we took Goldie down with us. She's here by association. Oh man.
Actually, she's actually. Oh, she's watching. No.
It was all him. I didn't do anything.
I'm in an Uber, so I can't even comment. I'm just sitting here shaking my head.
Just disappointment.
You left the boys alone.
Like I can't. Yeah, that's my fault. I left Armin by himself, and now you're here. It's like bad and worse, and you guys are feeding off of one another. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
We're only planning global invasion.
Yeah, no, it's just hypothetical. This is a theory. It's not really. It's not something we're actually planning on doing.
I think a lot of Indians in the chat were really actually like, yeah, let's go. Okay.
I understand. I mean, listen, the commonality between these three nations is that we're all dealing with the same issue. Like we all have Islamists on our border. I mean, in Iran and Israel, actually in all three, we also have Islamists inside of our borders who are just like dragging us down constantly from progressing. Like, I'm not saying I with all jokes aside, obviously we're not advocating to destroy the modern nation state system we have here. And, I actually think that empires right now, not the right move. I think a lot of world needs to go back into the micro a little bit. And like more people need to be micromanaging their own cultures and uplifting each other that way. But a lot of the issues would be solved with sovereign borders of countries that are non-Islamic in the Middle East, in my opinion. Like This people forget that most of the Middle East was not Muslim 800 years ago. Like even 1,000 years ago, the rise of Islam, when people started converting, a lot of people rejected the message of Islam for hundreds of years after. Even here in like what people consider Israel, Palestine, even in Palestine, it wasn't even fully Muslim. Like people were speaking, they rejected Arabic for a very long time here. Like 500 years well into Arab occupation here, people were still speaking Aramaic and speaking other languages that were from the region, and Hebrew, obviously. And I do think that going back, or at least aspiring to reach back to what we were pre-Islamic colonization, is not a bad idea. It again, it doesn't mean you have to stop being an Arab. You don't even have to stop being a Muslim, even though Armin would probably say you do. But like, you don't have to stop being a Muslim. Just understand who you are.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say people need to be. I fight Islam. I don't fight Muslims, right?
Right.
I consider it a win when the Muslims stop living Islamically. Okay, I consider it a win. Like I don't think like it's obviously a bigger win if they leave Islam, but I take smaller wins as wins, right? And I think I think the vast majority of Muslims around the world are good people because they don't live Islamically, right?
Right.
And so yeah, I'm not an atheist. I said like, oh, you either leave Islam or you're not one of us. I think there are many Muslims who are on the same side of us in this fight. I disagree with them because they think that what they're doing is in accordance with Islam. I think it's not, but I don't care as long as they're fighting on my side. That disagreement doesn't mean that I don't consider them an ally because they're still fighting the same fight. Right?
Yeah, I also think that one of the things that's overlooked often too is the silence that's enforced on top of so many Muslims, even in the Muslim world. Like exactly what Armin is talking about. There are so many Muslims that don't live up to Islamic ideals or not living up to what Islam is, and there's obviously like so much hypocrisy and discrepancy between a Hadith Muslim and a Quranic Muslim and a million different sects of Islam that exist in the Middle East, and like none of them can get along on the same idea. But because so many of them are silenced, their voices are silenced, we don't even really know how many are on our side. And I would say there's probably a good portion who are like, yeah, actually this is kind of sensible. Like the pro-Iran side, the pro-Iranian people side, it's kind of sensible.
By the way, the Quranic Muslims are like 5 people, like maybe 6 if you push it. Okay, so there's no like don't take the Quranists very seriously. They're like very, very small. Okay?
Here's the thing: I don't take any of them seriously. As somebody who debates them for a living now, I'm like,
but you take Islam seriously, which
I take it seriously. I take it seriously in the sense of like I know I have to live with it. It's not going away. Yeah, and I have to find a way to. Like I don't want it to go away either, by the way. That's not my perspective. But like I have to find a way to live with it in respect and dignity to the people who love it. And one of the ways that I've learned is just challenging them on the basic tenets of the religion that they don't know.
Yeah, I try to be like, as an atheist, and I think many people as a Christian or a Jew, they don't like, at least as an atheist, I don't say that for you to be my friend, you have to agree with atheism or respect atheism. I don't make that a condition, right? So a lot of people say for us to be able to respectfully live with Muslims, we have to respect Islam. And I'm like, no, they should just grow up and realize that I could be peacefully living side by side with them and not respect Islam. I don't make that a condition for my atheism. I don't say people who want to live side by side with me peacefully need to respect atheism. So why should I need to respect Islam to be able to live side by side with Muslims? Just let me disrespect Islam and live side by side with you at the same time. Like, that is an unreasonable condition. Nobody should have that condition. So I think a lot of us are treating Muslims like children, or like, oh yeah, Islam is crap. But because there are so many Muslim people, we have to respect it, or else they would never befriend us. I have burned the Quran, and I have Muslim friends, and they know I burned the Quran. So if these Muslim friends remain friends with me, in fact, I am friends with Khamenei's former main propagandist. Okay. Wow. I'm like, he's one of my best friends. Okay.
Wow.
And he is very religious right now. Very religious. He's anti-regime. He's on our side, and he's very religious. He's one of the few people who has met with Mujtaba Khamenei. Okay. And he knows I burned the Quran.
Wow.
He knows that I'm fighting against Islam. He's a very religious Muslim who has the respect of many Iranian Muslims who are anti-regime. Like, so the Iranian Muslims who are anti-Islamic regime, they respect him so much. And I have had many shows with him in Persian, one in English, and him and I are very good friends. So if he could tolerate me as a friend, even though he knows I'm fighting against Islam and I have burned the Quran, then I don't see why other Muslims cannot just chill the F up out, and just accept it. I hate Islam, you love. I hate Islam, you love Islam. Okay, let's go.
I agree. I also think it, by the way, needs to extend into the idea of Islamophobes. Like, there are so many people who have genuine grievances who grew up traumatized under Islam, and people treat Islamophobia as if it's like this, like, irrational things. Like, bro, there are so many Islamophobes I know who have every reason in the world to be Islamophobic, and they're condemned by Western society for being. First of all, Islam is not a race. I, by the way, have every reason in the world to be Islamophobic if I want. I'm not, but I have every reason to be afraid of you.
You're soon to
I
be
have every reason.
You're soon to be Islamophobe.
I have every reason to hate Islam, to hate Muslim. 4 generations of my family, and that's only the 4 I can count. 4 generations of my family have been massacred, chased after, ethnically cleansed, and attacked by Muslims for 4 generations, nonstop. I have every reason to hate the religion but who the hell's gonna who is gonna judge me if I wanted to be Islamophobic? What gives you that right? Who are you to even come up with that condemnation? So I agree with what you're saying. Like, we should have the society that, if somebody tells me, by the way, that they hate Judaism or they hate Jews, I'm like, okay, I want to have a conversation with you about it. Like, let's talk. I'm curious why. I might want to make fun of you. And I reserve the right to, if you hate Jews and you hate Judaism, I reserve the right to make fun of you. You reserve the right to hate me, or hate the religion, and that's fine. But you can't get angry at me for wanting to be a little bit of Jewy about it and make fun of you.
But
or
that's
embarrass
different.
you.
But hating Jews and hating Judaism as a religion are completely different things.
I agree. I agree.
Because I met Jews who hate Judaism. I went to Israel and I met atheist activists who their activism was anti-Judaism, and they're ethnically Jewish, culturally Jewish, but they were anti the religion of Judaism, and these are Jews against the religion of Judaism. So I think I think they have every right, and like, you might disagree with them, but I think like they have every right to be, because they're not anti-Jewish people as a people, right? So I think they have the right to do that. Yeah.
By the way, Armin, I wanted to ask you, what's the tea on Mojtaba? Like, what's his story? Like, what's like? I know a little bit, but like, is he in a coma? Is he not in a coma? Is he ever going to make an appearance?
So we just had a video. This is so embarrassing.
Is it the AI one?
No, this is new. This is just from last night. So they say like, oh, Mujtaba has a statement, and the pro-regime people came to hear the statement, and look at it.
از آثار مثبت آن مطلع و بهره‌مند شدند. همچنین قدرت ابداع و ابتکار در ابعاد مختلف از علمی و راهبرد.
Look, these are the pro-regime people coming out to hear a statement, and it's not a video, but it's not even his voice. A woman is reading out the statement.
و سیاستگذاری از دیگر هنرهای ایشان بود که شمه‌ای از آن.
Like, I bet you these people are thinking like, okay, he's dead. Right? Like, not even an audio recording. They're coming here and they're just listening. Like, why, if he's alive, like, he's like, a lot of people think either he's dead or he's in a coma or something, or maybe he's just really severely deformed or something. Because why wouldn't you just put out at least an audio recording of him? The regime desperately needs it right now. The regime desperately needs a Because without Ali Khamenei, Mujtaba could have united them, put them all on the same page. Right now, there's so much internal conflict that if Mujtaba could just come out and say, "Hey, I'm your supreme leader. Everything is okay. I agree with this. I don't agree with that," then everybody would get on the same page, and you would stop all of the infighting. But given that they need him and they're not putting any audio recording of him out there, is very suspicious. So,
but Armin,
yeah.
why do you think the whatever elements of the IRGC, it's kind of a two-parter question. I heard that Ali Khamenei was vehemently against this son. Like, he didn't want him to take power, but he was still pushed to the position of power after his death. I know he was like third in line after two other people who were killed before him, but like, why are they even still stuck on him? Why don't they give the power to someone else who could actually lead? Or is there an element trying to sow chaos inside of the regime purposely?
So first of all, I wouldn't trust 100% the story that Ali Khamenei was against it. It might be true, but Ali Khamenei might have made it seem like he's against it so that when he does become supreme leader, people don't make it seem like it was just because it was his son. Like, they might have created that story just to say, like, oh, look, the supreme leader, the people, it was the council of experts who choose a new supreme leader against the wishes of Ali Khamenei, which shows how this was all based on merit, blah, 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 blah. Like, that might be the reason why that message was put out there, right? But it's not, it doesn't really matter, because all decisions were supposed to be made by IRGC anyways. And we knew Mujtaba was going to be the next supreme leader for many years now, because it was this was already a given, because he was the ideal pick for IRGC, because we have been going from a transition of power from the office of the supreme leadership, which is the Beit Rahbari, to Sepah, which is IRGC, and we have been a slow transition going on, and Mujtaba would be the most ideal supreme leader for IRGC to basically gain complete power. Especially, and people underestimate how important this is, but it's also because he doesn't have the religious credibility to be the supreme leader. A lot of people don't know that Ali Khamenei was picked to be the supreme leader because he didn't have the religious credibility to be the supreme leader, so that Rafsanjani could gain all the power. But that plan didn't work because the IRGC start backing Khamenei, and they basically killed Rafsanjani, and they basically worked with each other to basically sideline Rafsanjani, and Khamenei and IRGC became powerful using that. But now, for the same reason Rafsanjani picked Ali Khamenei as the next supreme leader after Khomeini, IRGC is now picking Mujtaba as the next already picked Mujtaba as the next supreme leader after Ali Khamenei, because he has even less religious credibility than his father. He's not even an Ayatollah. Everybody's calling him an Ayatollah, but technically, that should be offensive to all Ayatollahs out there, because he didn't right. Like, if I was an Ayatollah right now, I would be very offended. He's not an Ayatollah. Okay.
Do you think in a world, and this is like a worst case scenario, but like in a world where this ceasefire keeps the regime in power, and I'm talking like, God forbid this happens, but like, let's say this is a worst case scenario, and Mujtaba is able to make a recovery or a semi-recovery, and he gets into position of power, do you think that he would be as ruthless as his father? Do you think he would be worse?
Worse, probably, because the greatest threat right now is the Iranian people, and the Islamic Republic will stop at nothing to survive. Will stop at there's no crime big enough for them not to commit. And this is not me guessing, this is what they have said multiple times, right? So let me give you 3 examples, right? So, for example, Khomeini has said that Ojab Wajibat, which means the highest of our priorities, is to maintain Islamic rule. And to make his point, he said that is even more important than the life of the Mahdi. That means that if you have to choose between the life of the Mahdi and the continuation of the Islamic regime, you have to pick the continuation of the Islamic regime, meaning that if you have to kill the Mahdi even to continue the Islamic regime, you could go ahead and kill the Mahdi. That is how big of a priority this is. Another person, Mir Bagheri, which is the main head of the camp within the Islamic Republic, that is the Paidari camp, he said that for our goals, if half of the entire world has to die, not half of Iran, half of the entire world has to die, then so be it. Right? And there are many regime officials who have told the Iranian people that the Islamic regime came into power by going through a sea of blood. So they challenged the Iranian people. They said, so if you want to take it away from us, you also have to go through a sea of blood. Like, we're not going to just hand it over to you unless many of you bleed. So you have to do what we did to be able to gain it back. So they advertise the fact that they're willing to kill as many as it takes.
Yeah, I think the only solution there is fighting. I mean, there's no reasoning, because I try to think sometimes. I in these scenarios, and I hate that my brain even goes there. It's just like worst case scenarios where Trump, or it just, all of this gets out of hand and they end up still in power, and we're left for like a couple of years with them in power, tormenting the Iranian people. And I'm like, what is the solution? It just seems like
I think the solution might be that we need to arm the Iranian people. Mm-hmm. That might be the solution. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Trump threw something about that right recently. A couple of days ago, there was an attempt.
They gave it to the wrong people.
Yeah.
They gave it to Trump said that he was against it, but they gave it to the Kurdish separatist groups, which we always for years have been warning the whole world about. And now I think everybody gets it that we were right. We were right. Like, they gave it to the Kurdish separatist groups and they just kept it. By the way, please, I beg everybody, and please advertise this on your channel as well. Don't refer to the separatist groups as the Kurds, okay? Because the Iranian Kurds are very much against the separatist groups. They hate them as much as all other Iranians. The vast majority of Iranian Kurds are patriotic Iranians who are Iranian first and Kurdish second, who want not only respect the border integrity of Iran, but they're willing to die for the border integrity of Iran. They're patriotic and they're pro-Pahlavi, and they have demonstrated that in the Lion and Sun Revolution. So I just ask people not to refer to the separatist groups as Kurds, because Iranian Kurds hate being grouped in with them.
That is the group's acronym is the KP. What was it?
So we have three. The Persian name for that is the Hezb Demokratik Kurdistan Iran. I think the English is, I forgot what the English acronym is, but that's one of three. Then we have Komole, and then we have Pejak. So there's three of them, but they're all very tiny compared. Like their total numbers is like so small compared to the Kurdish Iranians who are against all of them.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's a complicated conversation with the Kurds. I'm like, I get a little bit like exhausted even talking about it, because there's so many that do support Israel, and then whenever the conversation with Iran comes in, I don't even know. I'm like, I don't want to take sides here in the scenario.
So you're talking about the Kurds in Iraq and in Syria, okay? And I understand that they might want more autonomy because their country, Iraq and Syria, these are new countries. I mean, the Kurds were Iranian to begin with, and in ancient Iran, they were part of Iran to begin with. So they don't feel like they belong to this entity called Syria or Iraq. So they want their autonomy. Okay, so I understand if Iraqi Kurds don't feel like they part of the rest of the country, or the Syrian Kurds don't feel like they're part of the rest of the country, or Turkish Kurds, they don't feel like they're part of the rest of the country. But Iranian Kurds don't feel like that. Iranian Kurds feel very much part of Iran because they were always part of Iran. Okay, like Iran and Kurds go together. Okay, and the only reason why those other Kurds don't feel like they belong is because they used to belong to Iran, the Persian Empire, right? And that's why they feel so alien, like so out of place over there, right? but the Iranian Kurds do not have the same feeling. They're Iranian first and Kurdish second.
What
So
about
that's
the other ethnic groups inside of Iran? Do you think they have as much loyalty to Iran and its borders as the Kurdish people?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: like this is the difference between Iran and these other new countries that were created after World War One. Right? We have an ancient history. We have roots. We have a sense of belonging. We have an ancient culture where we're all connected with each other. Like Iran holds all of us together. The only reason why you see all of these separatist groups being bigger in other places is because these are modern countries that were just made up by drawing lines on a map. We're not like that. Like, and this is the similarity between India, Israel, and Iran. We have deep roots, and our identity is tied to the land. Our identity is tied to the land. And by the way, I say this as an atheist. I have a new appreciation for religions that are tied to the land, not because I believe in the belief system, but because of the glue of how the sense of identity that it creates that ties the people to the land, right? So India with its Hinduism, which is a religion that belongs to that land, and Iran with Zoroastrianism, and Israel with Judaism, these are land-based religions that creates a sense of identity that connects the people to a land. And this is why in these countries you have such love for the land. And the sense of patriotism is also tied to the soil itself. Right. You see the land itself as like a mother figure, right? As something you cannot, your identity and the geographical locations go hand in hand. And, you see, for example, in Iran, you don't even have to be Zoroastrianism to appreciate Zoroastrianism as the rituals and the symbols that represents your country and also your identity and your way of expressing your patriotism. I saw that in Israel as well among Israeli atheists, that even though they were atheists, Jewish symbols and Jewish stories and Jewish rituals were a way of expressing their patriotism. They didn't even have to believe in it for it to have that utility.
100%. We have the concept of the Sheva Minim, the seven sort of species of plants and fruit from the land that revolve heavily around all our customs, like the dates, the olives, the pomegranates. There's so many other figs that come from this land that are specific to this land that revolve so much around our culture, the harvest season, the calendar. All of it revolves around this land. And what's ironic about what you were just talking about is like these three cultures are the three cultures that are neighbors that have these brand new countries that were just randomly divided up by colonial empires through rivers and mountains. They laugh at our three cultures the most, saying that we're fake, even though when you look into our religious practices, our spiritual practices, our cultural practices, they all are tied, like a tie that you cannot release to the actual land we're sitting on. Like even if you send us 2,000, 3,000 miles away, we'll point back to our nation. We'll do cultural practices that surround our nation, have to do with our land, with the place we come from. Armin, I have to go in a bit, but I just want to ask you real quick, because I actually I don't think you realize how much I quote you on my show. I watch your video and your discussions, by the way, the ones that BT is always a part of. Because I love her so much and I miss her. I don't talk to her nearly as much anymore.
You should come to our discussion group.
I need to come sometime. But I sometimes, by the way, when I'm cooking or if I'm traveling or something, I'll just play it on. Like I'll have it in the background. And I learn so much from you and I quote you on my show constantly. I am curious. I didn't even ask you. I just came in and started giving my opinion. What do you think is about to happen? Like, do you have like a feeling on what's going to happen now? Do you think we're going to go back to fighting is my most like on the point question. That's why
that is the most likely situation. So the most likely scenario is that the ceasefire will fail. How long would it take for it to fail? I mean, some people consider it to be dead on.
I don't think it's really going anywhere yet. I feel like we're still in a war. I had sirens last night at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like I said on the show, this is the least ceasefire-y of all ceasefires in the history, in the least ceasefire in the history of ceasefires. That's what I said, 100%. Right? But I think if we actually have Ghalibaf meeting with JD Vance, that is going to cause a lot of drama within the Islamic Republic, which is going to make the Islamic Republic weaker. So I think we're going to see more of that. I think here's the thing. It's actually pretty simple. Okay, the Islamic Republic cannot accept giving up its enriched uranium and or coming up with a way for them to not be able to enrich uranium ever again. They cannot, because if they do that, that would be the end of them, because they would lose the last remaining support that they have, right? So that would not be them negotiating a peace deal. That would be them negotiating the terms of their surrender. Because if they accept that they already have lost the 95% of Iranian people who are anti-regime. But if they ever do that, they will also lose that remaining, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5%, right? Because you see how they reacted to just meeting with the Americans. Imagine how would they react when they actually give them the most important things that they said they would never do. That would be the end of the Islamic Republic. So Islamic Republic cannot do that. But at the other side, I know Americans and Israelis, which a lot of people don't think about when we're talking about things that could happen and can't happen, will not be able to tolerate, will not be able to accept the Islamic Republic to keep the enriched uranium that it has and for it to continue to enrich uranium. Okay, so given that the Islamic Republic cannot tolerate something, and it cannot tolerate giving up its nuclear ambitions, and the United States cannot tolerate them continuing with their nuclear ambitions, then the answer is either collapse or war. Like, this is just a country. Like, there is no other way. Like, do you see any other way? So one way or another, we either will go back to military operations, or the Islamic Republic will fall.
So you're extremely optimistic about this whole thing. I love it. I love your optimism. I really do.
Well, I mean, I'm optimistic about the fall of the Islamic Republic, but what I'm not certain of is about the timing of all of this. Okay, so we're like, Armin, that's very optimistic. When do you think this will happen? I'm like, anything between tomorrow and 5 years from now. Like, oh no. Okay, so that is like a little bit less like somewhat more worrying if you think about like the timing. So it's about when.
And do you think, from everything you've seen so far, do you think that if Trump were to go back to fighting soon, do you think the American people would allow him to? Like, do you think he would have he would have so much pressure on his plate in America that he'd eventually have to fold and leave? Or do you think that
well, I mean, the Americans don't really have right now a way to stop him, right? If they wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, President Trump seems to have not care about the results of the midterms are supposed to be brutal, and so I think he's already given up on having good results in the midterm. I think President Trump has been convinced that we just can't have a nuclear Islamic Republic. We just can't, whatever the political consequences of that is, and I appreciate that actually about him. But even if the Americans stop, the Israelis can't. The Israelis can't just allow the Islamic Republic to just get nuclear. So that's why I think one way or another, this is so important for Israel. It's a matter of survival, and it's so much a matter of survival that I think the Israelis are even willing to sacrifice the relationship they have with the United States if it comes to it, because for them this is a matter of being and not being. Forget about your relationship with the United States. Like, if the Islamic Republic becomes nuclear, like that is an existential crisis for Israel. Like, they will not. Israelis will never forgive any Israeli government that allowed that to happen. And also, we have to also take this to account. Like, whatever the political pressures are on President Trump to stop this military operation, the political pressures on him to end it while the Islamic Republic keeps its enriched uranium is even more.
Even worse,
right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that would be even worse. So you might think, like, what political price would President Trump pay for continuing the operation? Whatever that is lower from him quitting while the Islamic Republic still has the enriched uranium. That would be even more problematic.
Well, listen, your tempered optimism is inspiring. It is tempered, but it is inspiring. And you've given me, I'm about to go rest for Shabbat for the weekend. You've given me like a very good outlook on the upcoming future. I can only hope that we see an end to all this bullshit very soon. I really hope.
But let me okay, traveling. Guys, before you go, please, if you haven't, I mean, I know you don't need like your channel is growing. It's like you're getting to million. I'm not saying this for your sake, okay? Because your travel is growing like astronomically fast. I'm saying it for the sake of the people in the chat, okay?
I love
you. Don't
Thank
need
you so
my
much.
but guys, if you haven't subscribed to Tal's channel, the name of the channel is The Traveling Clad. I put the link in the chat. Please do yourself a favor and go subscribe. Okay.
Goldie, Armin, I love the two of you very, very much. I stand ironclad with you. And thank you, chat, for being so warm and receptive. And we'll talk again very soon, huh? Let's bring on the end of this regime, man. Javi Chow, let's do this already. Let's go. I'm ready.
You're gonna do a show with me in Tehran, right?
100% with the two of you.
Oh, fantastic! Oh yeah, hey, Goldie's back.
Always happy to see you. Yeah, Armin, I'm gonna change from my phone to my laptop, and I'll be back momentarily for a little bit.
Okay, sounds
Tal,
good.
great to see you. Shabbat shalom.
Bye, guys. Shabbat shalom.
Bye. Okay.
Armin, I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Okay, I'm gonna read some super chats before you go. I was about to go to my group chat when Tal when Tal left, but okay. Oh my God! Look at guys. Oh no, you didn't. Look at this. Tal just give me. It's so sweet. He gave me $100 super chat. Oh, Tal saying, "Love you, brother. Thank you for having me. Israel and Iran stand together." Oh, that is so beautiful. Love you, man. Thank you for that. Oh, guys, isn't he great? Isn't he just the best? I'm gonna get him in my discussion group one day. All right, we got so many super chats, so I think I have something until Goldie shows up, and then after Goldie shows up, I will go to my discussion group. Let's see. Oh, I already read that one. Let me remove the stars from the ones. Oh, Goldie left. She's gonna be back in 5 minutes. Been watching your YouTube videos recently. Oh, okay, already read that one. Okay, somebody said, "What is NATO without the US?" Russia, Armin. They are Russia. Okay. And then we got another super chat saying, "Join your school group, talk to some nice people." Guys, see, people are joining. Thank you for telling people. See, guys, people have a good experience in the discussion group that I have. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. And after this, I'm gonna go join the discussion group. I mean, I was supposed to be there hours ago, but after this, I will go there. I hope they will forgive me for being late today. And thank you for joining. I hope I'll get to see you there. Amir saying, "Armin Navobi and Taloran, my two favorite righteous and brilliant platformers. Love you two so much." Well, thank you, Amir. I love you too. Guys, somebody translate this. I should have highlighted this when Tal was here so he could have read it. This is Hebrew. Can somebody translate this? Translate in the chat. Okay. Represents us. Okay. Somebody's saying, "How do we join your group, Armin?" I keep putting the link in the chat. Here, the link is in the chat. Oh, it means represents us with honor. Oh, represent us with honor. Okay. So you're telling Tal represent us with honor. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for the translation. Guys, here I put the link in the chat. This is the link. School.com/liberty politics. That's the link. All right. And then We got another super chat saying, Tal, our dear burger, Americanized kebab junam. And then we got another super chat. I'm sure he's listening. It's saying Shabbat Shalom Tal. Okay, Tal is probably listening, so I'm going to read these for him. Shabbat Shalom Tal. We are Iranian Israelis and looking forward for Iranians to have a free Iran and go back there too. Kisses. And then we got another super chat saying, Armin trying again. Find Behold Israel. Today's update on YouTube. He posted an answer that you have been asking today. Okay. I'll look him up. Behold Israel. That's the channel. Okay. He posted an answer today. Judaism, Zionism, anti-Semitism. Is that the video? No, that's from 1 hour ago. This is some religious stuff. Okay, if I have time, I will look it up. Somebody's saying, as an American, my grandmother told me how much a good man the Shah was and wants the Shah to return. Okay, you have a very wise grandmother. Hey, Goldie's here.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. How you
Good
doing?
afternoon. Welcome for your passengers to flight 167.
Okay. Okay. Goldie's here, guys. Just reading super chats. She's saying, shh. What? Okay. I will continue. You could keep yourself muted. Okay. So I'm just reading the super chats. Somebody saying Ashkenazi Jews tend to look Lebanese or Maltese. Okay. And then somebody saying, what country in history has won most wars and battles? France. Okay, guys, it's a joke when we say like it's a joke. It's a meme. Don't like. I wasn't like we're not anti-France. I actually respect France for their laicite. Okay, so the idea that they surrender all the time, we're just having fun. It's like and can include also U.S. independence war. France was supporting Israel too. Okay, I'm not going to read that last part because Goldie's watching, so I'm going to be polite. But yeah, guys, if you're French, when we say these things, France likes to surrender. That's a joke, okay? Don't get upset with us. So I'm saying, should we spit at NATO not taking part Iran war? I mean, that's a way. Like, I think I know we've been talking about NATO being weak and all, but I think I think they're strong enough to survive a spit. So I don't know if that's going to help. Then somebody saying people with no knowledge comment. Sad face. Iran war 100% righteous, but blame NATO. No, educate yourself. Iran not. I don't know what you're saying. Iran not in NATO area. NATO not allowed preemptive wars. Only defense. Only okay. Only time chapter 5 ever used was okay. So you're misunderstanding what we're criticizing. We're not criticizing NATO as NATO taking part in this battle. We're criticizing NATO members. Okay, we don't like. I already mentioned that the expectation is not for NATO to get involved because NATO, we wouldn't have Turkey's vote. Like for NATO to get involved as NATO, we would need unanimous vote from all member countries. And even if somehow miraculously everybody voted yes, even Spain, we're not going to have Turkey's vote on this. So that's not what we were saying. We're talking about member countries of NATO not participating, which they could participate, and they don't need any of this bureaucracy of NATO. They're sovereign, independent countries, and they could participate anytime they want. You're saying NATO is a defensive alliance, yeah, but NATO member countries get to participate in whatever battle that they want. And you're also saying, why does USA, the strongest military in the world, need to beg NATO to help and cry when they refuse? Why don't US with all their mighty power open Hormuz, Trump says it's easy, just do it then. First of all, the reason why United States is the strongest military power in the world is not just the amazing soldiers that it has and the amazing equipment that it has, but it's also the allies that it has and the global presence that it has because of its allied countries and the bases that it is allowed to have in different countries, right? So it's like, oh, if the US is the strongest military in the world, why doesn't it do it alone? Well, it's the strongest. One of the reasons it's the strongest military in the world is the bases it has in all of these other countries. So you're trying to separate two things from each other that are not separable. So you're misunderstanding where the strength comes from. That's part of the strength, right? And also, they're not begging NATO; they're actually exposing NATO. Okay, so when President Trump, he didn't beg NATO at all. He asked them to join because the reason why I know this is exposing NATO is because President Trump already guessed before any of this happened that United States is there for NATO, but NATO is not there for United States. So by asking these countries to participate and them failing to do so, he's basically proved that he was correct about these countries. And the relationship between United States and NATO member countries is one-sided. So that's what actually happened. And no matter how mighty United States is, you still need to rely on your allies to be able to carry out operations. And Israel has proven to be the ally that none of these countries are. Israel is there for United States. And you might say, like, oh, if United States is so powerful, then why don't they do the operations without Israel? They can't. Like, it doesn't matter how mighty your military is, you still need the help of your allies. Like, without Israel, for example, in the Middle East, United States wouldn't have all of the operational capability and the intelligence and the know-how and all of the things that Israel contributes. Even though if your military is so powerful, United States wouldn't be able to do half of the things that it's doing in the Middle East without the help of Israel. So they're the most powerful military in the world, but it's not like they're God. They still need other countries to help them out with things, especially local countries. This is why United States is going to be so much more powerful once Iran is free and Iran joins Israel with being and turning into such a dependable ally of United States in the Middle East. So it wouldn't be just Israel, but it will also be Iran as an ally of United States in the Middle East, which will prove to be a great asset for United States. Oh wait, Goldie just sent me something. What is this? Oh, can I share that, Goldie? Okay, go. Okay, hold on. Let me unstar these other super chats.
I made the news.
Oh my god, guys, look at this! Goldie's on the news. She made the news on National Post. Look at this.
I mean, I've been on the National Post frequently, so it's not like that's not a big deal. But it's
Goldie always on
no,
the news. It's not a big deal.
but
Guys,
it's the story.
I'm just gonna put it away. This is nothing. This is not a big deal. Goldie's on the news every day. This is nothing. Okay, wait, go on. So this is just another Tuesday. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but look at this guy. This is such a good picture. Iranian Canadian activist threatened with threatened with criminal charges for posts. I thought this would be more I feel bad celebrating this now. I didn't know that.
No, Armin. No, Armin. Listen, Armin. This is actually good. You know why? Because they, the lefties who were complaining about my posts and they wanted me to take it down. It's had the opposite effect now, because now not only did my post about it go viral, but now it's in the news and then other people are looking into it. So if anything, this has had a very positive effect, because now people are like, wait, what? And now they're researching it, they're looking into it. So read the article, because the article, like, it have you heard of the Streisand effect?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is literally like the perfect example of the Streisand effect, because now it's blowing up like around, like if if like no one had complained about my posts, it would have been like forgotten, because those posts from like, you know, one was from like a month ago, one was like 2 months ago. But now, because of what happened, and then I posted about it, the issue's going viral again, and more people are looking into it.
Okay, let me then bring up that. Yeah, you're right. That's a good. You want me to read the entire article, or no?
Well, only the first half of the article is about me, but it's good. I think you should.
Okay. Because it's getting me to turn off the ad blocker, and now I turned it off, and it's just bombarding me with ads. Oh my God, stop. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, Iranian Canadian activists threatened with criminal charges for post. Goldie Ghamari told she faced possible jail time for encouraging Iranian mosques to be bombed. Okay. What? Goldie, she faced. Okay, go this ad. Really? Oh my God. Okay, let's read the story. One of Canada's most prominent Iranian activists has been threatened with criminal charges for suggesting that Iranian mosques should be destroyed for being hubs of terrorism. Mosques in this is them quoting her. So Goldie said, "Mosques in occupied Iran are hubs of terrorism. Burn them down, bomb them." Reads since deleted post on X from Goldie Ghamari, a former MLA in the government of Ontario Premier Doug Ford. By the way, guys, they tried to make it delete the post, but now it's being quoted on news articles. So I don't know what deleting the X post did, anyways. I don't know what the effect of that was. All right. So Ghamari's post was issued shortly after the start of the U.S.-Israeli bombing campaign on the Islamic Republic of Iran. On a subsequent post on Wednesday, Ghamari said she had been contacted by Ottawa police and told if I don't delete my X post where I say mosques in occupied Iran are hubs of terrorism and should be bombed, I will be charged under the Criminal Code of Canada. So I deleted my post, she added, before including a video showing what appears to be an IRGC rally within a mosque. Okay, so this guy, remember guys, this mullah guy with an RPG in a mosque, and she said, I already read that part. All right, let's go. The Ottawa police confirmed to National Post that such an exchange had taken place and that Ghamari had been presented with possible charges under Section 319 of the Criminal Code. The section includes the crimes of public incitement of hatred. Wow, guys, you can't publicly incite hatred against the Islamic Republic, apparently. Crimes of public incitement of hatred and willful promotion of hatred. Yeah, hatred against the Islamic Republic. Is that a crime? Both of which can incur prison terms of up to 2 years. Goldie, would you be, if you go to prison, would you be able to stream from jail?
Let's see what happens. I'll try.
Okay. Ghamari's family moved to Canada from Iran when she was a child. In recent months, as the Islamic Republic has been roiled by mass protests and then an all-out military assault, Ghamari has emerged as one of the most prominent English-speaking opponents of the regime. Her YouTube channel on Iranian affairs has 200,000 subscribers, and she's a regular guest on U.S. cable news and the online show Piers Morgan Uncensored. Shortly after one such appearance on Piers Morgan Uncensored, Ghamari was targeted by an assassination threat sent from the email address. This is the email address. Goldie, they seem to be more on it when it comes to threatening you with jail time than hunting down the people who threaten you with death. Like, they seem to be dedicating more resources going after you for hating on the Islamic Republic than trying to find the people who are threatening you. Interesting. Priorities. Okay, it was allegedly sent by the Handala hack team, a group identifying itself as loyal followers of the Supreme Leader Ali the now dead Supreme Leader Ali Hosseini Khamenei. Gamari was told that she was subject to a 250,000 bounty to be collected by operatives of Jalisco New Generation Cartel, a Mexican drug cartel with a presence in Canada. The cartel was added to Canada's official list of terror entities last year, with the government of Canada noting they were active in drug dealing, prostitution, extortion, kidnapping, and assassination. Also included in the email thread was Elika Leblon, a Los Angeles-based Iranian American dissident who has similarly called for the toppling of the Islamic Republic. Both of you, so the quote, here's a quote saying, both of you will be executed soon, and we have offered a reward of $250,000 for the operatives who kills and beheads both of you. It read, Gamari filed a police report with local authorities and told the Jerusalem Post she had been assured that police were taking it very seriously, but it was ultimately U.S. officials who took action. Just 2 weeks after Gamari received the threats, the U.S. Department of Justice announced that it had shut down 4 web domains with links to the Islamic Republic of Iran. Included was the Handala hack to the website .to, the website on which Gamari's $250,000 beheading bounty had been posted. The FBI will hunt down every actor behind these cowardly death threats and cyber attacks and will bring the full force of American law enforcement down on them, FBI Director Kash Patel said in March 19th statement. In a March 19th statement, wow! In just the last few weeks, Canada has been subject to 2 suspicious deaths with potential political motivations. Okay, then it goes on to other.
You can no go scroll down a little bit. Get past the part with the 2 like assassinations or whatever, because then he goes. Oh, there we go. Start from there.
Iranian officials cited the mosque burning as evidence of the need to crush the demonstrations, according to a report in Iran International, which is based in London,
I wonder
UK.
if you have to go up a little bit. Wait, go up a little bit. I wonder if there's something before that that's related, because he goes back to the topic. Oh, there you go. Destroyed. Yeah, right there.
Destroyed mosques were reportedly a central feature of a wave of Iranian public uprisings that occurred earlier this year before being brutally put down by the Islamic Republic. Tehran's mayor told state television that mosques had been burned by demonstrations. The New York Times reported Gamari's own Instagram included a video of demonstrators chanting Iran near a blazing Tehran mosque. Iranian officials cited the mosque burnings as evidence of the need to crush the demonstrations, according to a report in Iran International, which is based in London, UK. At the same time, regime officials have told Iranian state media about mosques serving as this is the important serving a dual purpose as both places of worship and military hubs for the regime. The Basij and militia force that operates within the Iranian Revolution Guard Corps operates almost entirely out of mosques. Iran International cited an Iranian media broadcast claiming that 79% of Basij resistant bases are located in mosques. The same report would note that Gamari wasn't the only Iranian expat to associate mosques with the repression of the Islamic regime. After one Tehran mosque was burned by demonstrators, its destruction was cheered by Daria Safai, an Iranian board member of the Belgian parliament. Safai wrote on X, for 47 years, its minarets echoed with Allahu Akbar, and in that name, Iranian women and men were chained, silenced, and broken. There we go.
It's a pretty good article. I'm pretty happy with that. I think you did a great job.
Good. Oh, well, thank you. That's pretty epic. Good job, Goldie. You make us proud.
Thank you. So basically, you know what? I took something that they were trying to the lefties were complaining and trying to silence me, and then I just made the issue even bigger.
Yeah, it backfired big. I don't know why they think they could just make these things go away. The mere attempt of trying to do that is going to make it 100 times bigger.
Okay, I have to start heading out soon, but
Okay.
I'll be here for as long as I can. But the rest of the show is up to you. So thanks so much for
Well,
doing it, Armin. By the way.
yeah, no worries, no worries. I was just gonna finish the super chats and then go to my discussion group because I'm like an hour and a half late for that one. So let me just go through the super chats because some of them. All right, so somebody saying
Guys,
Islam is
I'll
the
see you
fastest.
all. Take care.
Oh, all right. Bye, Goldie, and thank you. And yeah, and let me know what you want to do tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Stay safe. Stay safe. Don't let them behead you. Keep your heads on your shoulder.
No, actually, what was funny was what was nice is when I was going through like security at the airport, one of the CBSA agents was like, oh, "Are you the one on Instagram?"
Okay. Oh no.
He was Iranian. He was like he was
Oh,
so
okay.
he was trying so hard to stay professional, but he was like really excited to meet me. He was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so nice to meet you." I had like this big smile on his face, and I was like, "Nice to
Yeah,
meet you
that's
too." So, okay, I got
just Goldie, know that we can't do Iran Revolution live without your heads on your shoulders. So please keep them attached. Thank you.
I will try my best. I'll try my
Thank
best.
you. Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank you.
guys. See you all
All right.
tomorrow.
Bye, Goldie.
I'm Israel Chai. God bless America. Payanda Iran and Javid Shah.
Javid Shah. Okay. See you. All right. Okay, guys, let me do the super chat very fast because my discussion group, I need to be for the discussion group. And again, guys, after this, I'm gonna go to the discussion group and I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Come there and talk to me there, okay? So somebody saying Islam is the fastest growing religion in the US. It has replaced Judaism as America's second largest organized religion. It is a growing problem here. Yes, this is why you need to join my discussion group because we address that's the base of operations for figuring out how to deal with all of this. Okay. And somebody saying, LOL, Armin, the Zoroastrians have taken over. Wait, in the chat? Guys, the Zoroastrians, we're getting invaded by Zoroastrians. Oh no. Well, thank you for the super chat. Somebody saying, question for Tal. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it okay if I answer it? What is a clan? I don't know. And why is it traveling? Where is it traveling to? And what does it plan to do when it gets there? Okay, that's okay. I hope he's hearing this. I think he's hearing this. What is a clan? Why is it traveling? Where is it traveling to? And why does it plan to do? And what does it plan to do when it gets there? That's pretty funny. I hope he's listening. That's pretty funny. Oh, okay, Dinesh. Hey, Dinesh is saying, I live in Canada, and in every public event, it is required. Oh my God, this is so retarded. In every public event, it is required to recognize that we are living on land that belongs to natives. It doesn't belong to the natives. It belongs to everybody who lives there. Okay. It belongs to the natives and everybody else who lives there. Okay. Guys, let me tell you something that is not politically correct. I might get in trouble for saying this, okay? You know, the natives stole those lands from other natives, right? Everybody knows. Do you understand this? Like the natives that you claim that own this land and that you stole their land from them, you know that they didn't actually came up with that land peacefully themselves. There were other natives before them who those natives took it from them by killing them. Did you guys know that? Is that like, I think I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this. Yeah, the natives butchered each other. Okay, so imagine the natives back then be like, this is now stolen land from the natives that came before us. Okay. All right. So yeah. So you're saying, I think it should be the same in all the countries you showed on the map. No, I don't think. I think no, guys. Legally, if you have the legal documents that this is your land, then that's your land, and you own it legally. Okay. You don't even have. You don't even have to be native to own the land. Okay. You could be a complete foreigner and you purchase the land, and now it's yours. If you have the legal documents that says that this land is yours, then it's yours. That's all. That's all. And thank you for becoming a member. I mean, who cares about guys? The only reason why we talk about natives is because it's so ridiculous that people who claim that like that we have to support the natives and everybody else is colonialist, imperialist, are anti-Israel. Given that if you want to go with the natives, then the Jew that land's supposed to be for the Jews. We mention the natives as a counter narrative to these retarded progressives. But honestly, if they weren't saying that, I wouldn't care who's a native. Who cares who's native? Who cares who's native? You're a foreigner. You come here legally. You pay taxes. You follow the law. You buy this land. It's yours. Welcome. Good job. You paid for it. It's yours. I don't give a crap that you're a native or not. As long as you're not bringing garbage culture here and you're following your rules and you're buying this land peacefully, I don't care if your ancestors were here from 10,000 years ago, or if you just showed up yesterday. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree? Most like I'm against mass migration. Okay, I'm against illegal migration, but also legal mass migration. But regulated, filtered, limited migration with people who don't have garbage ideas. Yeah, why not? Like that's good. That's a good thing. We celebrate that. Limited legal, not legal mass migration. Limited filtered migration, legal migration with people from places that don't have that are not a factory of garbage ideas. Because from people from places that have garbage ideas, I don't even believe in limited migration, right? But yeah, if you're a foreigner, I don't care. Welcome. Here's some land. You want some land? Here's some land. What? Hold on. Somebody's saying, Armin, the reason I started following is because of the reason why I started following you, I think you mean, is because of a video you made explaining how Khamenei even came into power. Thanks, and keep up the amazing informative work. Well, thank you. Consider coming to the discussion groups that we have, because the level of detail, like you could come ask me detailed questions in the discussion group there, and I will give you like very detailed answers if you like that level of nuance, right? Oh, and thank you for buying memberships for people in the chat. 20 memberships. Thank you. I appreciate that. I need to make more of those explainer videos, by the way. I'll get back on there. Sorry, life has been very... Saying, I said, come join us again, Tal. Would love to see that. Yeah, Tal, I'll make sure Tal joins us again. Come back, Tal, come back. And then that's like a nuclear-powered carrot up. What could possibly go wrong? Sorry for... I don't know what the context of that super chat was. Oh, we got a giant super chat. He's saying, I live in North Ireland. Thank you guys for great documentary. Well, thank you for the giant super chat. And then we got a super chat saying, Europe relies on the Gulf oil. We don't. Simple. Okay, that is not accurate, guys. In the United States, even though you have your own oil, the global market of oil is connected, right? So Europe needs first of all, it's not the Gulf. Let me actually let me stop you right there. Okay, it's not the Gulf. It's the Persian Gulf. Say its name. Say its name, guys. Put Persian Gulf in the chat, guys. We have so many Gulfs in the world. If you just say that, yeah, you have to mention the name, guys. We Iranians are very sensitive about this. Okay, if you mention the Persian Gulf, you mention the full goddamn name. It's the Persian Gulf. Okay, so Europe relies on that Persian Gulf oil. And okay, somebody said Arabian Gulf. I'm sorry, I have to ban you. I'm sorry, we can't. Like, this is like for us Iranians, that's a ban worthy. You know, should I forgive you? No, yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, Newt, like I know you. Why would you do that? I was kidding. Okay, you think I was kidding? Don't joke about that with us Iranians. Because don't joke. Okay, I'm not gonna ban you because I know you, but don't you might not know how big of a deal this is for us Iranians, but don't, like, you could joke about anything, but don't joke about that. I will. That's a ban worthy uh thing, you know, in my chat. Okay, lesson learned. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. This is like a huge red line, and this is, guys, this is not an anti-Arab thing. There is an Arabian Sea. We're not trying to change the name of the Arabian Sea to the Persian Sea, okay? Keep the Arabian Sea Arabian, okay? This is not anti-Arab. The Persian Gulf will always remain the Persian Gulf in the same way that the Arabian Sea will always remain the Arabian Sea. Okay, so we Iranians being sensitive about the Persian Gulf remaining, having its name Persian, is not an anti-Arab thing. Okay, I will be glad to fight you for keeping the name of the Arabian Sea Arabian Sea. Okay. Also, okay. So I was mentioning that the oil markets are connected, meaning that even if Americans don't get oil from the Persian Gulf, if the oil that is coming out of the Persian Gulf gets limited because you reduce the supply of oil globally, then energy costs increases in United States as well. So because United States is an oil exporter, that means that the oil industry in United States will boom, but almost every other industry suffers because for every other industry, energy is a cost, it's not the revenue. So it does impact Americans as well. Maybe less, but still impacts. Okay. Wow. Guys, stop giving me super chats so I could go to the discussion group. Stop it. No more super chats. Someone saying, Goldie, you need to move. Well, don't. I mean, I will just let Goldie respond to that. You could tell her later. Saying, I've always been told that Muslims in USA were more secular and integrated. What happened? More migration happened. You got more migration. Someone saying the Clovis and Clovis people are long gone. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Saying chat scared to stay alone. They want you to stream the group discussion. Up to you. Well, I mean, it's going to be, you know, the discussion group has already started, so I don't want to tell them like, hey guys, now you're being streamed. Just come there. Just come to the discussion group. Somebody says, is Iran more becoming military dictatorship as Pakistan? Well, with the IRGC, we have moved from it was already a military. Okay, so here's the thing: the Islamic Republic was a military dictatorship, pretending to be a theocracy, pretending to be a democracy. Now the theocracy part is being shoved aside more, and it's becoming more transparently a military dictatorship. So that's what's happening. And somebody just gave us a super sticker. And thank you for that. Thank you for that. All right, guys, I'm going to go to our discussion group. Oh, I said no more super chats. Somebody said just one more super chat. God bless the USA. Okay. Okay, that's the last one. No more super chats. Okay. Okay. Guys, I'm going to go to the discussion group. Link in the chat. Come talk to me there. I'm going to join our discussion group right now. And yeah, I'm Israel Chai. Long live the USA. Javid Shah. Payande Iran. See you guys tomorrow. Unless you're coming to the discussion group, then I'll see you in 2 minutes. All right, guys. Bye.